just be.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't for blaming Rob Pelinka until I got reminded from Low. Um, oh my God, I forgot about the Zubac trade. I forgot about the Brook
Yes,
Lopez.
exactly.
I forgot about letting Caruso walk for free. He let a lot of
Yeah,
people
bro.
walk
Yeah,
for
that's
free.
why I'm. That's why it's like not only that you blew up the team in 2021 when it didn't need to be blown up. It's just y'all needed to run it back. Y'all just unfortunately our 2-star teams, star players got hurt. It happens. You just run it back. And next year, like the Warriors, when Curry got hurt, they didn't blow up the Warriors. They just waited him to get healthy. And look, got a chip.
LeBron had a big hand in that in getting Russell Westbrook though.
He
I,
did,
I heard.
but
I heard he wanted DeRozan.
he wanted DeRozan first, but Rob and Jeannie probably didn't want to offer DeRozan a multi-year contract. That's what DeRozan was saying in his interview with Draymond.
Hmm
But
But
Rob Pelinka
Do
does
you
not
think?
get as much blame as he needs to.
Do you think that they should have given DeMar DeRozan that multi-year contract?
probably 3 years. I feel it wouldn't worth it because the way he's playing, he's still playing at a good level. He's better playing at a better level than Russell Westbrook. And when LeBron left, you at least have a decent player to kind of go into. Even though he's DeMar's older, I feel like if it's for a championship, and it would have been a better investment than Russell Westbrook, probably cheaper.
Yeah, I think it would have been a cheaper investment, but like I would have given him over a 3-year deal to be
Yeah,
honest,
like
because
3 years.
he didn't know how much DeMar has on his timetable.
I feel you on that. So that's and even then, like DeMar DeRozan, I hope y'all know DeMar DeRozan on the Lakers is not fixing anything.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
changing too
yeah.
much.
I'm just
It's
saying
better,
it's
but
just a better
it's
option.
not. It's not a drastic change. I agree.
It's a
Yeah,
better
because
option though. It's like if you want, it's just he makes your team better than what Russell Westbrook does. So that's why
how much though? Like how's the bar? Like
I
because
say
DeMar DeRozan isn't a great defender. He needs spacing. He doesn't space the floor. So it's like how much does the team get better if DeMar DeRozan is there?
more efficient scorer right now than Westbrook. He averages more. I feel like I think his because like think about it, it would have been like him and LeBron would have had that D Wade combination. Well, he's less. He's obviously worse than D Wade, but DeMar Rosa slasher mid range guy. So I feel like DeMar could have been out the cuts and he can play.
But the defense would still be
Oh,
terrible.
yeah, defense would be bad too.
I
Yeah,
think the defense would take a drop a little bit because I think Russell is especially this year, Russell's a way better defender than
yeah, he's
DeMar.
always been an underrated defender.
I believe y'all. Welcome to another episode of Open Gym. Mars is running late, so all this L host I'm getting, blame Mars for that. That's for him. But I do want to open up by saying, we are sponsored by Lucre. Use code Players Choice to get an extra free $5 and get extra free $10 whenever you download the app. So of course, shout out to Lucre, bro.
Yes, sir.
Show them some love. You can make some wagers with us. One of our wagers of the week is probably going to be Julius Randle and Bam Adebayo again.
Mm.
But we'll get into that. I lost. I was on the receiving end of that bet last time, so I hope I don't make the same mistake again.
Yeah, I would say
Me?
Bam. I'm pretty sure Bam balled out in the Garden.
He did. Everybody
Yeah,
balls out in the Garden. That's the
Yeah,
issue.
bro.
yeah.
That's the issue with the Garden.
I'm with you, Dub. I don't like watching Julius Randle play either. I watch his game. It's like,
It's terrible. It's
Yeah,
terrible,
he's
bro.
terrible, bro.
What's good, fellas? What's good, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
Yo, what's up?
it was good, yo.
Feeling, bro.
Good man,
Chilling,
how are
bro.
you?
Good, good. We're gonna get into the title of the video, bro. The Western Conference is wide open for the Nuggets. I want to know what you guys think about that. How you guys feel about how the West is gonna shape out. Is the Nuggets the favorites to come out the West or no?
I
In
think
my
Oh,
opinion,
go ahead.
yes.
I feel like they are the favorites, but I wouldn't like say yeah they're like the clean cut favorites. I feel like it's all about matchup when it comes to them. Like
Yeah, I still think the road goes through Golden State, to be honest.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
if Golden State plays them, they can beat them.
In my opinion, I think it's a clear cut. It's wide open for the Nuggets because I think the Nuggets, what they have this year, with all the shooters and spacing that they have, the way Jokic has been playing, Jamal Murray is starting to get back up, Michael Porter Jr. is knocking down the shots, and their defense over the last couple of weeks has gotten a lot better. They were able to shade Jokic away from getting in ball screens. And
The
putting
issue
him in
is you
penetration
can't
like
hide
that.
players as easy in the playoffs, can you?
No, you really can't. That's why I feel like if the Nuggets had to play Golden State, I feel like Golden State will like expose Jokic like they did last time, put him in the pick and roll, had him out there, guard him perimeter. That's his biggest liability is defense. And like I do give Jamal Murray a puncher's chance because we've seen him in the playoffs, like have that superstar caliber like performance. But I feel like that's the worst matchup they can ever have. I feel like it'd be better for them. They play like, I guess like the Pelicans or like the Suns, whatever, because like matchup wise. But
Pelicans might not. Pelicans might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Pelicans about to be out there.
I feel like this year is kind of weird because of injuries. Because the Warriors could fall off with Curry being hurt, but But then again, they could not because they was playing well when he was out for those little stint of games with a short injury. Because the West is very close. The Warriors right now are the number 7 seed, and they're only 2 games away from like the 3 seed. It looks like.
And
no, they're not 2 games.
One quick thing, I think that
couple games.
One quick thing, I think the thing is like the Warriors are a bad matchup for Denver, but I think Denver adding Bruce Brown and also having KCP as your main perimeter guys on those other perimeter scoring teams. Like I think those two defenders are good at getting through pick and rolls. Like they're one of the best pick and roll defenders as guards in the NBA, in my opinion.
I'd be more confident in Nuggets defense if they had a backup big better than DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, Zeke Naji he hasn't been that bad.
I'm talking about if they had like a JaVale McGee over DeAndre Jordan.
A rim protector. That's what they're really lacking is a rim protector because Jokic is not a good rim protector. But I feel like in order the Warriors to see them, they got to trade. They got to make a trade. I feel like they need to trade James Wiseman. Not because Mars thinks he's bad, Mars.
No, trade. You're right. Trade.
Because I feel like they're wasting away James Wiseman's potential. I feel like James Wiseman, I watch him play. He wants to play like the Joel Embiid, the Jokic, back to the basket stuff. They're trying to make him be like Draymond Green, and he doesn't want to do that. He don't want to keep on setting screens and high pick and rolls with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. He wants the ball in the post. He wants the ball in the post. He wants to feed in the basket, and he doesn't want to do that. If you watch him play, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be like how Embiid, Jokic, Giannis sometimes be in the post. Like he doesn't want to play that high pick and roll screens with Stephen Curry in him. He doesn't want to do it. And I feel like that's why I said when the draft came out, they should have got LaMelo or whatever because I felt like that would have been a little more better for them instead of getting a big because you could have got you a big in the free agency. You could have got JaVale McGee at the time or whatever instead of getting Wiseman if you knew you was going to just use him as another like screen player. Like, I wouldn't draft a guy as a second round, fourth round pick and make him just nothing but a screen guy. Like,
hey, since we all talking about Golden State, Mars, how's Klay Thompson been looking, man?
You guessed he made 12 threes. Right.
He brought 42 yesterday, man. What's up? Like,
it's like the timing.
He played great. Like, what do you want me to say?
You gotta let go of the Klay Thompson hate, bro.
Yeah,
you
man.
gotta let go.
I don't hate Klay Thompson.
I think he just thinks Draymond's more valuable.
Underrated.
I don't underrate Klay Thompson either.
Klay Thompson, bro. You underrate him.
Dub,
bro.
you came to your senses and said Manu Ginobili's better than Klay. That's
no, it's cool.
I've stood
okay,
on.
yeah, that's
I agree
really
with
that's not underrated. That's not underrated.
I never thought that should have even been an argument. Manu and Klay should have not been.
I
don't get how. If you're saying I underrate Klay because I think Draymond Green is a better player.
Oh my God!
No. There's been numerous times I heard you say crapping on even Klay Thompson this season. Oh, Klay Thompson, he's not the same. He's not the same.
Do you think he is? Do you think he is?
I think the main part about his game that's different from back then is his ability to get to the rim. I would say that. I would say his ability to get to the rim.
So he's not the same.
But I think he's making up for it because he's shooting amazing.
He could shoot amazing before.
I think his defense got a little worse.
Don't you think his decision making got much worse?
Yes.
His decision making.
I never said the guy is bad.
Nah, Klay do be bugging.
The shot selection has not been good, but
no, it's been the same. It has been the same.
You sure? Because I see him trying to play.
I don't think
I think Klay kind of chucks it up now a little bit.
I see Klay Thompson, bro, especially in prime. He be chucking. That boy chucks.
But
you're agreeing with me that he's not the same. So how is that me underrating him?
I don't know. I'm saying you could say him being able to get to the rim is different, but I think that he's making up with that because of his shooting.
He could shoot before. And get to the rim better. So he was better before, yes?
But the bar's not that far off.
Was he better before?
But the bar's not that far off.
Was he better before?
I said that's me agreeing with
Really
you, Mars.
Just say yes. Was he better before?
The bar is not that far off.
Okay,
What does
yes,
that mean?
it's a yes or no question.
What you do, Mars, is all the time. Then that's why I say tone is important, because you say it in a tone as if he's not even close to the level in which he was talking. He was in 2015, 2016, 2017, all those years. That's the point. That's the tone in which you talk.
How you interpret it isn't relevant to me.
That's the tone. That's
He's
what
not
you
the
lead
same.
on. That's what you lead
I don't
on.
lead. I lead on what I say. What I say is he's not the same.
Hey, bro, tone is important, bro. And when you say it,
and I'm telling you what I meant. So you telling me how you interpret.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm explicitly telling you how it was meant.
So what's the bar? When Klay Thompson was a 10, where's Klay Thompson right now?
If Klay Thompson was a 10 at his peak, he's like a 7.5.
Nah.
He's like 75% of what he once was.
I give him
80.
If you're about to argue over 5% with me,
because
80, I'll give him 80.
Because like
we're not about to argue over 5%. He's like 75%.
80.
Hey, so I got a question. Since the Kyrie got traded, do y'all think Kevin Durant's going to stay this offseason? Going to request a trade?
It's not up to him. He's under contract till 2026. It's not up to him.
It's not.
He can ask out, and Brooklyn can just say no. Like they can just say no.
The thing is, in Brooklyn, they're like in purgatory because they have no pick. So if he leaves, they're gonna be like done. They're gonna be a crappy franchise for a while. So that's the only Brooklyn put themselves up in. Like Lowe said it right. They failed to make two super teams the same way. All their picks are in Houston, and that Ben Simmons trade looking bad right now. It's just
it's been looking bad since the beginning.
Wait, chat. Wait. People were saying Mars. You said Klay was washed.
I might have.
You might have said it.
I don't remember, but I might have.
Oh, you said then you was wrong.
You said like 30 episodes.
Klay. Okay, Klay's washed the same way people say Chris Paul was washed last year.
No, Chris Paul was definitely like. No.
The same way people say Chris Paul was washed is how. Yeah, Klay's declining.
Well, to be fair to Mars, though, didn't he say it right roundabout when Klay Thompson wasn't playing well?
Klay Thompson
he played.
Yeah, you gotta walk that back.
I just said I was wrong. I said he's not washed. I said he's not washed. See, this is the thing. A lot of people are adamant on this thing where they want you to just stand on stuff. Like if I'm wrong, why would I just stand on something? No, if I'm wrong,
you were just arguing with me about Klay Thompson.
Yeah, he's worse. He's worse than he was.
We were literally just arguing about the way you was underrating Klay Thompson. You said, "Well, I said this. You also said he was washed."
Yeah. I mean, you gotta give Mark a little credit though, because at first, the first 15 games, he was playing trash. Like we can't.
The last month, Klay's looked good. The whole time before that, he didn't look like.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, in 2023, Klay looked good.
The issue I have is when I said Klay was washed. If I did, I can't recall, but I probably did. When I said Klay was washed, every good game Klay had. It was surrounded by a bunch of people telling me, "Oh, Mars, how do you feel? Klay Thompson's back." Every time he had a good game, but the 7 games around that where he was trash, and I say he was washed. It's like, "Oh, just wait." Like you can't have every game where he's good confirm that he's not washed, and every game he's trash. Just say give him time. Like that doesn't make sense.
But that's why you got. But that's why you got to wait, Mars. You can't sit here.
I'm waiting.
No, Mars.
I watched Klay all of last. So I watched Klay from when he came back last season. All the way until December of this year. That's not enough time to say he's washed. But 1 month of basketball is enough to say he's not washed. That doesn't make sense.
Wait, Mars.
That doesn't make sense.
We all watched the postseason, and in the postseason, I don't think Klay Thompson was that bad in the postseason. I thought he was pretty good. He wasn't Klay Thompson in like 2018, right? But he resembled more of like Klay Thompson like 2015, right? So I'm like Klay Thompson wasn't playing that bad, right? So when I seen, and I agree with you, Klay Thompson did struggle in the first month or so of basketball in this season. I was like, dang, bro. I seen Klay Thompson playing.
Did he look washed?
Wait. Time out. Let me finish the statement first before you ask the question. Let me finish the statement before you ask the question, bro. Wait, bro.
I apologize.
So it's okay. I forgive you, man. But the whole thing is, I was sitting, I was like, man, I know Klay's playing bad. He was definitely playing bad, but based off what I've seen in the postseason, he played pretty well. Let me give him time before I put that wash category on him. Let's wait. Let's wait a little bit. You, mister. Oh, he's washed. He's
right on that. He's right on that.
He's washed. Like, come on, Mark. You had to wait. And look, we waited, and now Klay Thompson's looking like 75 or 80% of what he was back then.
Yeah, and like I said,
let me ask you a
this is
question.
what Klay Thompson is. I walk back that he's washed. He's still worse than he was. Still much worse. But I will walk back that he's washed. He's still an NBA caliber player. But me saying he was washed at the time was correct. He looked washed. Was I wrong? Yes, I walked it back. I walked it back. I walked it back because I'm not just going to stand on something that I no longer believe. I believed it at the time because he looked trash. But I'm not one of those people where I'm not like it's people. I saw a comment on the last Open Gym. Someone was like, "Oh, everyone's clowning the Lakers now. Wait until we're back. I don't want to hear you guys talk about the
13
Lakers."
seed.
Like those people, like why would someone stand on something that is visibly wrong?
I feel you on that.
It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna walk it back if it's wrong.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like the Zion thing, people want you to keep taking heat for the Zion thing. When
Exactly.
at the time,
I walked it back like 2 weeks later. Like
At the time,
at the time, the Zion take wasn't even that crazy at the time. To be
It
honest,
really wasn't.
people were just really just.
The only thing I'll say that was like clearly crazy was when I said he was on the same tier as Jordan Poole.
That was okay. Yeah,
that was wild.
Yeah, when
That
you
was
got to
wild.
like when you said like 30, 40 players, I was like, yeah.
But Mars, I do want to ask you this question since we are talking about the West and Klay Thompson, the Golden State Warriors.
They're not coming out of the West.
I still have faith in them. I'm not gonna lie. Why do you not have faith in the Golden State Warriors and coming out the West?
Okay, well, there's no continuity. Steph is hurt. They can't stay on the court for long enough. They can't win games on the road. The defense has fallen off. Jordan Poole is not what people think Jordan Poole is for some reason. I don't know why people hype him up as this elite contributor. He's not. Andrew Wiggins hasn't been healthy this season. The young pieces that people thought were going to take a jump to replace the Gary Paytons or Otto Porter Jr.'s, the Manya Bielitsa. James White, like they haven't taken the leap. Jonathan Kuminga Jonathan Kuminga has potential. We can all see it, but it's not there.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors have no legitimate bigs, and James Wiseman still can't play in a rotation. That should show you how trash he is.
JaMychal Green is y'all's backup center.
JaMychal Green is also not very good. He wasn't very good in Denver last year, so I don't know why people thought he would contribute. But the team is just the team is supremely flawed. They're relying way too much on 3-pointers. If you watch Golden State throughout the dynasty, they actually got a lot of layups at the rim. This year's just a bunch of threes because they're not creating as many.
They do shoot a lot.
No, like
So that's also another reason why they're not great. Their rebounding isn't very good, and that's because now they're running lineups with Draymond Green at the 5 for the majority of games. So the team is just not that good. It's just blind faith in this Golden State team to figure out in the playoffs.
I got a question, Mars.
James Wiseman for Jared Vanderbilt.
No, they still have like the
James
best
Wiseman for cash considerations at this point.
That's crazy.
What's the question you got, Uzi?
I'm
What's the question
biased.
Do you think the Nuggets is a better shooting team than the Warriors? Because I do personally.
Do the numbers show that?
The volume probably doesn't, but in terms of
Percentage
them,
does, yeah.
Making them probably, but I think they just create better looks from free.
In my opinion, I
They
think
don't have as many talented shooters. Like I don't think they have a single shooter other than MPJ and Jamal Murray, who's even better than Andrew Wiggins.
Now, I believe
Is KCP not better than Andrew Wiggins?
What about KCP?
He's been making them like crazy this year. I don't know what's been going on.
Yeah, ever since
KCP's
2020,
KCP
got a strap.
He's a better shooter than Wiggins.
I think I forgot about KCP.
But I like wing defenders, so I'll probably take Wiggins over him just because he's a very good elite wing defender.
Yeah.
I'll take
KCP's a good defender too, though. Y'all gotta.
He's a solid guy.
Yeah,
Like
but I think
any team.
yeah, true.
I
But
think Denver are the favorites in the West. Well, they
Yeah,
should.
they're the favorites. They're the favorites for sure.
Did y'all hear about Bones Allen?
yeah, I heard
Bones Highlands is not going to be playing in the playoffs. He's not.
He might get. I don't know if he's gonna get.
I think he'll
traded.
get traded, no?
Two more
Yeah,
days.
It makes sense because he can't play in a playoff rotation. His defense is too bad. He's just not worth what he brings on offense for this team. Isn't worth how much he's going to give back on defense. Because
and he's
you can't have Jokic, MPJ, and Bones Highland lineups. You just can't do that. And in the playoffs, when Jokic is playing like 35 minutes a game, that means Bones Highland can maybe play 10 minutes a game. He's just not going to be worth it for that time. So you might as well see what you can get for him.
Yeah.
So speaking of trade deadline,
Guys, what was your question? Go ahead, bro.
Sorry, did you not think Golden State might make a trade?
I'm praying James Wiseman is moved.
I also think Moody might get moved, no?
Nah.
Moody could get me. I think Moody's like he's the most if I had to bet on any of the Warriors' young core just panning out to be what their ceiling is, I think Moses Moody's the most surefire. But that's because the ceiling is the lowest of all of them.
I say
Kuminga. If the right package came from, I don't know, maybe a Utah, Detroit, where they just wanted to get off a older player, maybe you can move Moody, but I don't know what you can really get for him.
What do you think Moody's ceiling is, Mars?
Jabari Smith Jr.
Wow,
that's crazy.
A Jabari Smith Jr. ceiling.
I'm gonna be honest with
Free and D player. That's
Jabari Smith. He's a real good defender, but he did not live up to the hype that.
But I mean, he's only a rookie.
I tried to tell people that I didn't see it coming.
I mean, exactly. Well, but what you saw in college from Jabari Smith wasn't anything crazy. It was a whole lot of catch and shoot threes, one dribble pull-ups. He was inconsistent.
His hand was bad. He wasn't good around the rim.
I still believe him. I want to give him time. I don't think he's gonna be like elite ball handler, but I feel like he'll be like a solid 3-and-D guy. I feel like he can be like a fringe all-star, like Chris Bosh type of player.
I don't think he can ever
Chris
be an
Bosh.
all-star.
Potentially, that's my potential I see in. That's my potential I see in Jabari.
His ceiling is current Michael Porter Jr. with defense. That's his ceiling.
Yeah, I could get with that.
Michael Porter Jr. But I feel like Michael Porter Jr. should be a way better defender based off of his size, in my opinion, because he's 6'10". I feel like Michael Porter Jr. should be a better defender because he has the attributes of physical ability. It's just, I don't know. I feel like Michael
He should be.
Do y'all watch? If y'all watch Nuggets games, I don't know if y'all see how much Michael Porter Jr. be chucking it up.
If he gets the ball,
if he gets the ball, it's going up, bro. You know it's going up.
Yeah,
he has a green
we
light.
always known that. Super chat from Light Out Sports, man. I'm sleeping on the Nuggets heavy. I guess he is, bro. Andrew Coleman, Light Out, get up here, bro, if you could. But Andrew, you was gonna ask something about the trade
Light Out,
deadline.
bro. I haven't seen Light Out in years.
Yeah, so what was you about to ask for the trade deadline?
Do you think it's gonna be any more major moves the trade deadline, or you think there's nothing gonna happen? Like I really believe I don't think it's gonna be no more moves in the trade deadline.
It might not be, but like I think a team like the Raptors or the Lakers are still
maybe the Raptors are taxing for OG and Nobi. I heard they wanted like first round picks and a player, but because this trade deadline has been not as exciting as I thought it would be, well, except for the Kyrie trade.
Is Russell Westbrook a major move?
I don't think he's going to get traded.
Well, getting rid of his contract will be major.
Nobody wants Westbrook. Like I saw a Utah rumor about they want to trade for Mike Conley and Mike Beasley, and that doesn't move me. That's not going to move me.
That doesn't move you at all.
No, because that was Mike Conley.
Okay, I apologize for bringing up Russell Westbrook. Please, that's what I'm talking about.
Because that was Mike Conley 5 years ago, I'd be like, cool. But I don't know. No.
Nah, you know what, Mars? You know what gets me mad? Gets me mad with Lakers fans is that they try to act as if Russell Westbrook is a good trade package. He's not.
It's his contract.
On his contract.
Yeah, it's his contract.
He's on his contract year. The contract, even then, you're not. Oh my God, you have to pay him that much money.
47 years.
Then you're only gonna have him for half the season, and he's probably gonna go in free agency market. Russell Westbrook is not a good trade package. The only thing is like if the team will buy him out. Yeah, nobody wants him.
They want the picks. They want them picks, but they
don't understand, bro. Stop trying to hurt my feelings, bro.
I'm just saying, y'all don't live in reality sometimes, bro.
Hey, man,
I really realistically don't think Russ is gonna get traded. But there's always gonna be a possibility that it happens.
The Lakers and Knicks are only relevant because they're cities. That's it.
The Lakers are relevant because they have LeBron.
And LeBron.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna get some new guys.
Championship history, no?
Appreciate you guys.
Currently right now.
Appreciate you guys for being up here though. Y'all be safe. Y'all be easy, bro. Salute.
Hey, man, I love you and Mars. I love y'all podcast, bro. I've been watching y'all for a minute now. Ticket be killing me with his crazy ass takes. And he always coming for you, Mars, which I just think is the most funniest thing in the world. And watching Dub back you up is like, it's funny to me as hell. Especially when you and Fluent get into it. Football, you and Dub, but that shit just be fucking crazy, bro.
Hey, Mars, you gotta get heated more against Ticket, bro.
Yeah, man.
Mars been doing his thing. Mars been doing his thing.
Hey,
the chat is shit. The chat is shit.
No, we gotta do that old head take. Another old head.
I'm not trying to do the old heads today. Maybe a different day, but
different day.
Different day. I just want to talk about the current day news today, bro. But yo,
hey, get Light Out up here, Doug.
No problem,
thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Dub, did you talk about Jokic defense already?
I mean, I always talk about it, so I didn't see reason to talk about it right
I just thought because when you were talking about what's it? Bear with me.
Yeah. What the hell was that? Yo,
What
Lionel,
was that? Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that was, bro. That was
Man,
crazy.
That sounded like a lawnmower, bro.
That was a lawnmower or blower. I thought at first I thought Mars was farting. I'm like, wow, how is Mars?
Wait, that wasn't
farting,
from
bro?
your house?
No, that was from Mars, bro. That was from Mars.
He got Puerto Rican neighbors?
He was definitely
He
fucked.
got something, bro. That shit
He
was wild.
That was crazy. I do want to say something though. I feel like the Lakers shouldn't trade anyone
Why?
Yeah, I
Because-
feel like that too.
because there's no point. I mean, I feel like at this point in the season, the Lakers should just play it out, see how far they could go with Anthony Davis, LeBron James, with the squad they got, because the script is already there. Have you seen you guys seen the memes on Twitter about like the NFL being scripted
Arian
and all that
Foster,
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah,
Arian
like it's the
Foster,
same
yep.
thing for the NBA. Same thing for the NBA. The script is, and I'm gonna read it out loud for you guys, is that Russell Westbrook's gonna get off this big contract, and Kyrie Irving's gonna end up being an LA Laker. Why? What's so funny?
No,
I'm being dead ass. I've never been so serious in my life. Dub, it's gonna happen.
I feel you.
It's gonna happen. It's Dub's big bro. Facts. I gotta come up here and put Dub straight. What happened to everyone though?
I'm moving out for this little moment between you and myself, bro.
We's in the brothers.
Yeah, we the brothers, bro. We the brothers.
But yeah, no, I wanted to say that. I wanted to tell the other guys. And shout out to the kid that was saying, "Where's light out?" I appreciate you.
Yeah, bro. I missed you, bro. It's always good having you.
I'm so tired of LeBron being a part of trades every trade deadline. Like, I'm tired of every year he flip his roster around every trade line. Just keep the same team. Y'all,
What's the problem with that?
They building good chemistry with the team they got. That's all it takes. Just build chemistry. You can't.
I don't know.
You can't win games. You can't consistently win games if you keep trading away your players every other few months.
Understandable, but it come down to talent at the end of the day, man.
No, LeBron makes everybody play better. So
they got the talent.
Oh my god.
That's what they say.
Oh my
LeBron makes
god.
everybody play better. So
I hate that shit.
They got the talent, bro.
You think they got the talent to go all the way?
Hell
Yes,
no.
they do.
hell
Yes.
no.
Hell
Because they don't play
no.
through
You think they got the
through
talent
80,
to
bro.
go all the way? With
They got
Austin
two top five
Reeves,
players.
Winning
No, that's
Gabriel.
true. But what about the team around them?
Listen, it's not the team around. Listen to what I'm saying. They have to build chemistry with the team.
But it don't
Of
matter
course.
about chemistry if the talent
Chemistry
is
is
just
important.
not there. It is. But if the talent just it can supersede that, bro. It's just.
And another thing I would like to point out is that this chemistry argument is already dead after what LeBron did in the interview. He said that he was disappointed in not trading for Kyrie. How do you think Russell Westbrook's going to feel about that, right?
I mean,
how's he going to feel about his other teammates? And another thing, there's only like 33 games left.
But
so, what are they really building?
That's true.
It's a business. It's a business, and everybody who's a part of an organization know that it's a business. At the end of the day, it don't matter. I mean,
Nah, I feel so bad for Russ though. Honestly, this dude has been ever since he's been on the Lakers, been getting short end of the stick from everybody, his teammates, his coaches, the fans, everybody. And what does he do? He still shows up. Still shows up to play. He still shows up and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and do what I got to do. It's ridiculous. It's really wrong, bro. It's wrong how they treating that man. It's terrible.
It does, but if it's a
bro.
chance, if it's a chance to get the squad better, bro, I think they'll do it. I mean, I think they need to make a move. I mean, I think this rumor that they had with the Jazz, they getting fleeced if they do that with the 2 first-round picks and Russ for Mike Conley and Malik Beasley.
I'll jump off a building if that happened.
Why did you not put the 2 first with the Indiana deal then? That don't make no sense.
That's facts. I think Buddy. It was from the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner and 2 first-round picks for Russell Westbrook and I think someone else. I forgot who it was. That was the original. Or was it just Russell?
I'm a Lakers front office. I wouldn't have did that. I'm not giving away them picks.
You're not giving away no picks from Miles Turner and Buddy Hield?
No. because you got to think about the future too. LeBron not going to be here long.
Oh,
Right.
Miles Turner not old though. If you get him and he signed an extension, that's a good little piece.
What picks are you giving? You talking about the 2027 and
The
2029
the
that they
20
offer?
the
So yeah, in
27,
that time,
29.
at that time, right, you have to think about it like this. In that time, in 2027, 2029, who knows if LeBron and AD is going to be a part of that team, right?
They probably
Facts.
won't.
Facts.
They
They
probably
probably
won't.
won't. So the team is going to be bad. So that's when they're going to need
Facts.
those picks. So why would I give up those?
Right.
But
Why,
Yeah.
if it's different if I'm giving up those picks for Kyrie Irving, because if I'm going to get a Kyrie Irving, we
Right.
damn near going to win a chip.
Right.
We're probably going to win a chip, actually.
No,
But
you are.
Right.
I'm not going to give up those
Guaranteed
chips
that
for
they would've won
a
a chip,
Buddy
Tay.
Hield and a
Right.
Miles Turner, where
No, you
that's
can't do
still a
that.
question mark if we could win a chip.
I mean,
That's a
yeah,
question mark. That's still a
Them
question
picks
mark.
could be top 3 draft picks for them.
understandable. But at this point in your star's career, you're trying to win now. You're not trying to just say he's not trying to hear no 27 and 29. Like I'm holding on to that.
You talking
So
about
we
LeBron?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bron not trying to hear that. Bron not trying to hear that. And
I
you
know,
brought
and
him
that's
here to
why
win
there's
championships.
so many issues with the Lakers organization, LeBron James right now. It's a really bad relationship that they have right now, bro. I'm
They
not gonna
do.
hold you.
Oh yeah.
I think they're kind of fed up with each other.
They feel like the Lakers got enough to win now. That's why they not really so pressed on giving away on picks. They looking at the team like we got enough to get it done now. Why do we need to give away our picks? Just go out there and try to win the championship with what y'all got.
But if Buddy Hield and Miles Turner is a stretch for them to win a championship, you think this squad now? Do you think that's an upgrade? The Buddy Hield and the Miles Turner.
I think
it's
it
an
is.
upgrade.
It is an
It's
They need
upgrade.
better shooting, yeah.
It's just about that, like,
But it ain't no guarantee that you ain't guaranteeing yourself a championship with that trade.
exactly.
No. I mean,
So you could do that trade and still end up losing. Now you out of your 2 first-round picks. And you
but I mean, you can't be scared. Scared don't get you nowhere. That don't get you nowhere. So you gotta take that jump. I mean, you got an aging superstar. You got a superstar that play half the time. Then you got a superstar getting bread that's coming off the bench. It's just like that don't even he making.
But why
47
would they?
mil.
Why would they? All right. So why would they take the risk for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner when, let's say they just roll with the dice. Russell Wilson's off his contract. I mean, Russell Westbrook is off his contract next season. There's a lot of people in the trade market. I mean, in the free agent market next season that they could grab to sit here and pair next to LeBron James and AD.
Kyrie
So
Irving.
why?
Kyrie,
Kyrie Irving's a
Draymond.
guy. Kristaps Porzingis is gonna be free. Chris Middleton's gonna be free. Draymond Green, Jeremy Grant. Like,
No,
there's a
sir.
lot of people. There's a
But
lot
you-
of people in free agency. There's a lot of people free agency of like a Buddy Hield, Miles Turner caliber that they could get next season. So why would I give up? Why would I give up first round picks when next season I could sit here and get the same calibers of people?
to win now? Like
Because it doesn't
tomorrow,
matter. LeBron makes everybody play better, bro.
tomorrow ain't promised. You just gotta go win now. Like when the Rams put in all their chips, took all their draft picks and sent all their draft picks to go win now.
But the Rams is different. The Rams is different because you had a guy of a Jalen Ramsey. You had a guy of a Aaron Donald. You had a guy Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford playing at a high level. The offensive line was good, so they were fine with buying into that because they literally had all of those high caliber marquee pieces. Right now, the Lakers, it's only LeBron and AD, and that's it. There's nobody else. That's not enough. That's not enough, bro. That's not for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. For Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, that's not enough to guarantee your team a chip. That's not.
The difference with the Rams trade, they traded their first round picks like now. Like, it wasn't 5-6 years down the road. The first round picks they traded was picks that they felt like was gonna be bottom of the first round picks anyway.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I can get down with that. I just you just don't tell your damn near 40-year-old superstar, hey, we'll play for next year. We'll wait till next year's free agency to do your thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like the GM. I don't feel like the Lakers feel that way. I feel like they feel like that they got enough to win now with what they got now. That's probably why they not so hesitant. That's probably why they not trading money.
So who do you think the Lakers are? Like, who you think they can go all the way, win the whole thing?
I don't know. I don't. But I'm saying that's what they believe.
They not even making a play-in, bro.
They
Bang on
believe is
play
one.
in.
They
Don't
believe,
do that. They'll make the play in, bro.
they believe
Who
is
said
once they
that?
get into the playoffs.
They're like in what 13th place right now.
Hey, why are we talking about the Lakers though, bro?
Yeah,
Let's
Let's
talk
talk about
about
Dallas.
Let's talk about yes. Let's talk about. Oh yeah, you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, right?
Yeah, you know how happy I was when Kyrie ended up in Dallas. Definitely not sad that he wasn't a Laker. So Kyrie. So here's the thing. This is why I think Kyrie's gonna be a Laker. Kyrie and Luka are not gonna work. I'm letting you guys know right now. Like the script is crazy. I've been reading this whole script in the NBA season. This is some like. What's gonna happen is I already see it. It's all on the wall. Kyrie's gonna miss a game for his beliefs. Luka's not gonna like that. There's gonna be team chemistry.
There's
Mark
no way.
Cuban. I'm letting you know what's gonna happen. I'm letting you know what's gonna happen. Luka and Kyrie are not gonna work. And not that I'm rooting for their downfall because I am the greatest Mavs fan of all time. But it says those two players, they have two different mindsets. One wants to win a championship. The other one is trying to get a bag. And that's all I gotta say.
Wait, but oh my god,
Kyrie?
oh my god,
Kyrie, yeah.
But listen, the script you're reading is wrong though. The
it was
script you're
about
reading
money.
is wrong.
No,
though.
it's not wrong. I've never missed
No,
it in
it's
my life.
wrong. It's 100% wrong. Let me tell
Why?
you why it's wrong.
Okay, tell me.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie.
Oh my god.
I'm listening.
Kyrie Irving is trying to get
A bag.
Kyrie Irving's trying to get his money, right?
Yes.
The reason why the Dallas Mavericks got him is because they're going to do what? They're going to give him money. So they're gonna lock it. They're gonna get. They did not get Kyrie Irving for a 1-year rental. That wasn't
got
the
him
plan
for a 1-year rental.
No, that's not what. That's
they
not
got
what.
him for a 1-year
The
rental.
Dallas Mavericks did not get Kyrie Irving.
Dub,
for a
I'm
1-year
letting
rental.
you know right
they
now.
Got Kyrie
this is
Irving.
a 1-year rental.
They got Kyrie Irving to lock him in for future years to build around Luka and Kyrie Irving. There's no reason they're making this trade for a 1-year rental.
Yeah,
And I highly doubt that Kyrie Irving is going to turn down whatever offer that he asked for the Nets. The Mavs are willing to pay that, bro. They are willing to pay that.
They already came out and said in order to do the trade, Kyrie had to say he was going to take the 3-year, $98 million extension. Not saying that Kyrie's word is bond because it's not, but I'm just saying.
So we're talking about Kyrie, right? We're not talking about like any other player. We're talking about Kyrie Irving. I'm talking about the specific individual Kyrie. We know what Kyrie's end goal. Like, I feel like Kyrie, before he goes to bed, he writes his next chapter on what he's gonna do next after he's done with his team. All right, he already got the 4-year guarantee in LA. He wants to be in LA. Is he gonna be a Laker or a Clipper? That's what we're gonna find out next season. But if you think that he's gonna lock himself up in Dallas with Luka Doncic,
why wouldn't he?
He's not.
Why wouldn't he? He has a Luka Doncic who's a top 5 player who shows tremendous promise.
Absolutely.
For the future. The Dallas Mavericks are a great organization to be a part of. They are. That's 2.
Perfect.
3, bro. I don't think you're understanding. The Dallas Mavericks were not going to trade Kyrie Irving unless they knew that they were able to keep him for the long run. No team is going to sit here and make a trade like that unless they know that's going to be a multi-year deal that they're working on right now.
Let's talk about relationships real quick. Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about relationships real quick.
Oh
okay?
my God.
So, when you see this girl, she's bad, right? And you're trying to impress her, like you're trying to let her know, hey, I'm trying to like lock things down with you. She has no intentions of she just wants a little, she just wants something quick and that's it. And she wants to be out. But your intention is that you want to convince that girl, right, to lock down with you. That is what's going on here in Dallas.
Let me tell you what happened in that relationship process as well. In that relationship process, I had to give up something valuable to me and myself, right? I'm not gonna, as a man, I think it would be crazy for any man to give up something valuable to be with a woman that you don't think is going to be permanent, that you don't think is going to be for the long run. So they gave up Dinwiddie. I mean, not Dinwiddie. They gave up Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, who's valuable to the team, right?
They were. I mean, this.
So why would a man? That's basically. I'm giving you a ring. I'm trying to propose to you. I'm literally trying to propose to you. Without the assurance of you being committed to me. That's stupid.
So why did Dallas do it? So why did Dallas do it?
Because they're locking him
got it.
in. They're
You
going
think
to lock him
Kyrie?
in.
You think?
Yes,
you-
bro. Think about it.
you think-
Luka is like a non-athletic LeBron, and he could play off ball like he was playing off ball with LeBron. So
When have we seen Luka play off ball?
No, I'm talking
he
about
said
LeBron
Kyrie.
James. LeBron James.
Oh, okay. So you say that LeBron played off ball? Okay, okay.
No,
No,
Kyrie
he said
played off.
Kyrie.
Yeah, sorry. So okay, so this is the thing.
He played off ball with
Ky-
James Harden too.
That's true. But Kyrie Irving, right? He only wants one thing, and it's being. I don't know what's so hard to comprehend, like what I'm saying. This is a rental, guys.
Bro,
This is a rental.
bro, you should
You gotta-
appreciate the rule, bro.
you got to
Appreciate what? We got
got-
the other brother here. Thank God.
Good.
you
We
got
got the whole family.
We
You
got the
gotta
whole
think-
family up here.
you got to think that
I know. You gotta teach him, bro.
You're
as
you're understanding what I'm saying, right? Thank
As
you.
far
I
as
see.
going-
At least we got one in the brotherhood.
as
What
far
happened?
as going to LA, I mean, he probably does want to be there, but the second best place for him probably is Dallas when you think about it, because one of the things he wants to do is hoop when he wants. Mark Cuban is one of the most transparent front. He runs most of the most transparent front office that there is in the NBA. I figured he can go talk to Mark Cuban, tell him what's up, and Mark Cuban gonna have his back through it all. Because Mark Cuban is he's just that type of owner. He's not Joe Tsai, who's just gonna turn his back on him. He's not gonna do that.
Yeah, Mark
So-
Cuban thinks that Kyrie's bad.
Why would he
That-
get him if he
what?
thinks that he's bad? What are you
Because
talking
he
about?
wants
How
to.
would he
He
trade for
wants
him then, bro?
to. He wants to lock him
No.
down. You think Kyrie wants to be locked down right now?
Yes.
No, he doesn't. Not.
He
He
wants
wants
to
That was his
Kyrie-
whole thing.
He wants to
That was his
explore
whole
his
thing.
options. You think? Okay, so let's do a bet right now. Then
That's the
You think-
main reason why he left,
You
because they
think-
weren't trying to lock him down.
No, that's fine. But Kyrie wanted to be a net, and then the whole organization didn't want him to be a net, so he left. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
That's him wanting to be locked down.
No, he does want to be locked down. He wants a long-term deal with a team.
Exactly. In
Exactly.
Brooklyn, and he wanted it in Brooklyn because he got family there. His family lives in Brooklyn. So no wonder he
Understandable.
wants to be locked down there. Dallas, he has no family over there. So it's not the same thing. You guys are thinking about basketball. I'm
What
thinking about
family?
the bigger
What
picture.
family will he have in LA?
So you think
LeBron.
Kyrie gonna? So you think he gonna leave?
Oh my god.
There's
Tough.
no way you just listen. I gotta
You
get
think-
some.
you
I got
think
hold on.
LeBron-
Hold on.
Sorry,
You can
sorry,
keep going after this, but I gotta
Okay,
get
okay,
you
okay.
guys up here. You three at the bottom. Appreciate y'all for coming up here, but
I appreciate
I gotta
it,
let
guys.
some other
Alright,
guys
bro.
get some love,
All right,
bro.
y'all.
You be easy. You be easy, fellas. Oh, bro, you're freaking crazy.
How am I crazy?
You're freaking crazy. Well, so you could continue what you were saying. Give me 1 second from Finn 275. Can Brooklyn get a guy from the Raptors and Nas Red?
No, it is Nas Reed, but he misspelled it. But
I agree. That'd be a tough
That's-
pickup. I doubt it though.
I think the Timberwolves want to keep him. I don't think they want to let him go. He's very good.
Got you. Light up. So what were you saying?
Okay, so
Talk about the Maverick.
have you guys, all right, so let me just say, I don't know if you guys been paying attention, but I'm comparing this Kyrie and Dallas, like you trying to convince a bad female, right, to lock down with you. All right. So Dallas is in the situation that he's trying to convince this bad basketball player to lock down for the long term with Dallas. My opinion is that they're not going to convince Kyrie. He's going to explore other options. Yeah, talk basketball. What?
What you say?
What you say?
Nah, you're talking about like females and hoes and analogy, bro. Let's talk about the Mavs are the favorite.
I don't even know what he's saying.
I don't know what you said, bro. Can you get closer to the mic?
Yeah, bro. The mic is in.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not like
Well,
yo.
Lada, what was you? Lada,
Hear
what
me?
was you? Yeah, I hear you now. What were you saying? What was you saying, bro?
I said the Mavs are the favorite. I think Dallas taking on the Mavericks. For real, for real.
Favorites to come out the West?
With this Kyrie?
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, fact.
Bro,
You
they
know
have
what's
no
funny? You know
defense
what's
on that
funny?
team, yo. That's
Oh, I think he's having an internet connection, so
I
that's
think
cool,
what's so
bro.
bad is
Lada,
anyone
what
having
was
crazy.
Lada, what was you saying, bro?
Okay, so like I was saying, Kyrie is the bad female in this situation. The Mavs are the guy trying to convince to get married with this person. All right. Now, once the free agency market hit, because he's no way he's going to sign an extension before the season ends, right? He's going to explore his options. We all know that Kyrie's preferred destination was the Lakers. The reason the Lakers are not going to make a trade is because if they do make a trade, they're going to ruin the cap space that they have currently with Russell Westbrook, because when he's gone, that's a lot of money that we have to give someone a max contract. So Kyrie could go to LA and win a championship. I'm reading the script.
I think if the Lakers let Westbrook walk, that was the thing that I think it was important to get the trade done if you was gonna try to get Kyrie, because if you let Russ walk, you don't get that whole $47 million back though, because the Lakers are in the I forgot what it's called. Yeah, the luxury tax.
They can create the room.
Yeah, they can create it, but it's like I mean, it's gonna be like three max guys, and then the rest can be like minimum.
Now that the Kyrie deal is done, I saw a thing where they're in even deeper talks with Utah to trade for like Malik Beasley and Mike Conley.
If that happens,
Utah might buy out Russell Westbrook if they do trade for him. So
if that happens, I'll never show my face in Players' Choice.
Not gonna lie. I low key like if they throw in Jerry Vanderbilt, I like the package, but I don't want to give up 2 first-round picks. If it's with 2 first-round picks, then I don't want to do that.
I think the Kyrie trade set the market for 1 first-round pick from now. You know.
Well, that's what I mean. You can say that, but at the end of the day, when you look at it from like the Lakers, bro, everybody gonna tax the Lakers more because it's the Lakers. Rob Pelinka, it's LeBron, it's the Lakers. They're gonna have to give up
the trigger on the Kyrie trade. Why would they pull the trigger with Vanderbilt? You know what I'm saying?
I don't care about
I got
Lakers
you.
making up whatever scenarios that it possibly could happen and then it never happens. I don't care about that. No, I'll believe it when I see it. They've been working on deals for the last 2 years now, and no deal has been happening. No deals has been. I don't care about what deals they have. I'll believe it when I see it.
But why you think that happened though?
I believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it, bro.
Dub, he finally traded Dwayne Dedmon, bro. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. I just saw the Heat just created like 2 rosters.
Like I said on with the Mavericks, it's a win-win trading for Kyrie. They didn't give up much, but then you get rid of, like, if Kyrie leaves, like I was saying, that's why Mark Cuban took the risk. If Kyrie leaves, they still gonna get cap space.
Exactly.
But listen, this is the thing. This is the thing I'm trying to tell Light out, right?
Language.
This is the thing. This is the thing I'm trying to tell Light out for him to understand. Kyrie Irving, like, I'm not gonna lie. I think the best decision for Kyrie Irving in his career is just to stay with Luka Doncic, in my opinion. You get locked. You stay with the Dallas Mavericks, who's a good organization. They could pay you whatever dollar amount that you're asking for, and then you're good. You're playing with a Luka Doncic who's been showing promise, who's been shown to be having one of the best starts in NBA history of a player, playing alongside for more years, bro. I think Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic is a team that could contend in the West for years to come. So I think Kyrie Irving should stay, get locked in with Dallas Mavericks, get that contract, and next season in free agency, you could get defensive pieces that will be available. Brook Lopez is going to be available, Jeremy Grant. There's a lot of people. I think they could.
Hey, Dub, you said a name right there. Jeremy Grant to the Mavs. I've been saying that since he got.
I love Jeremy Grant to the Mavs.
And Christian Wood is because they only got Christian Wood for 1 year, so they could re-sign him or get a cheaper contract, or they could just let him walk and replace him with somebody else. Like
his contract probably stayed of the same value. I don't think he gonna.
Yeah,
I think Kyrie staying on the Mavs though. It depends on how they do this postseason. Like if the duo is really working, like Luka and Kyrie are clicking, they make a deep run. I think he'll be more inclined to like stay, but. If it don't work out, like
they don't make a deep run. Did Mark Cuban offer him that extension, or did he just let it bygones be bygones?
I mean, you don't want to let Kyrie go for nothing. You got to offer him, but it's up to Kyrie at that point.
Technically, not letting him go for nothing because you put.
Or at least try to do like a signing trade because they took a risk.
You can go build it with the 35. What Kyrie make right now?
How much? Kyrie Irving makes around like
30. 40. Nah, I think it's
35.
35.
Yeah, it's like 30, 35 around there. It's not that much.
You can get 3-4 good players off that 35.
I think it was like 32 million or something like that.
Kyrie Irving, 36.
Yeah, 36. Okay, there you go. I was far.
Making 36. Dang, Rudy Gobert's making more
something.
money than Kyrie Irving. That's
Bro,
crazy.
they gave him $200 million.
I think he wants something like 4 years for like 200.
Yeah, it was 4 years, 198.5.
Yeah.
So he's gonna ask for the he's gonna ask for that, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't think he's gonna get that.
He'll get it.
I think they'll pay him. They'll pay him. I think the Dallas Mavericks will pay him to like $40 million a year. I think they will give him that.
Sorry, well, I wasn't paying attention the whole time. So, you guys say that Kyrie's gonna lock in with the Mavs?
Why wouldn't he?
I'm not sure.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
He's not.
Why would they make the trade if they didn't try to lock him down?
He's unpredictable.
Why wouldn't he though? Why wouldn't
Can you say
and this whole narrative about Kyrie Irving and stuff.
Can you say it again?
All I'm saying is he's unpredictable. That can't be denied.
Oh, for sure.
He is
unpredictable. How?
I mean, he'll say that he's staying and then he leaves.
Because everyone he said that he was going to resign, he didn't. And you know, I know it's been conflict between him and the front office, but I mean, who's to say that won't be the same this summer again? So I mean, I'm just I don't know. I'm not finna say he's gonna go to the Clippers, the Lakers, Mavericks. I don't know. I'm just gonna see how.
I'm not gonna lie.
I got a question.
I don't think
because if you say you know what Kyrie is gonna do this offseason, you are a liar because no one knows.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Kyrie's that unpredictable. I just think that it's easy to understand what he's trying to do. Like the Cleveland Cavaliers. When he asked me to be traded, I wasn't even surprised. You wanna know why? I'm looking at Kyrie. I was surprised because number one, y'all need to be realistic. After getting spanked like that, the way that they did against the Golden State Warriors in 2017, Kyrie Irving's like, well, why would I sit here and stay with LeBron James, who's probably gonna leave after his contract is up? So I might as well just request for a trade and then leave that. We're not gonna win. We're not beating the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna be out. Screw that. Why would I wait for LeBron James to dictate my decisions, to dictate my career?
LeBron left though.
LeBron would have left no matter what. I think he would have left no matter what.
I think him and Kyrie would still be in Cleveland to this day if Kyrie didn't
hell no. Hell no. No.
I don't even believe that, bro. I'm sorry.
No, they would have kept losing to the Golden State Warriors. And
no, they would have got better. Paul George for Kevin Love was on the table.
They would
have got better.
Oh
they would have
found God. No, stop.
I mean, Griffin,
it's a hypothetical, but I ain't gonna lie. After you just went to the finals, like it was no other team that was gonna beat that Warriors team.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody was.
No other team than the Cavs.
They weren't beating them. Nobody. The Cavs. I think 2018 Rockets was better fitted to beat that.
I'm gonna keep it a bean though, Dub. Like that. We talking about the 2017 Warriors. The 2018 Warriors, they were still great. I thought they was a bit more vulnerable though to defeat. So I thought the 2018 Warriors, they was a bit more vulnerable to be defeated.
No, they weren't.
They were.
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Rockets took them 7 games
because the Rockets were a better team than the 2017 Cavs. That's why.
He's saying that the Rockets had a chance to beat them the second year.
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
How's that crazy? The Rockets were way better.
The Cleveland Cavaliers had the Cleveland.
The Rockets in Cleveland would have beat them. Then the 2017 Cavs?
Wait. I got a question.
They were.
Maybe 2018. I think 2018, but yeah, for sure.
2017.
2017.
What year did they win 65 games? The Rockets.
Tell me what defense did the Cleveland Cavaliers have? I'll wait.
They had one of the most unstoppable offenses of all time.
That's fine, but the Rockets had one of the greatest offenses of all time. I mean, a great offense too. On top of that, they had a good defense. The Cleveland Cavaliers were never gonna. The Cleveland Cavaliers
would have been good enough for the Cavs. I promise you.
No.
What their range was, it wouldn't have been
Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers were never gonna beat the Golden State Warriors because they could not defend. That's why. At least the Houston Rockets, you had a great offense and a great defense to combat that. The Cleveland Cavaliers was just offense and nothing else, which is why the 2018 Rockets went to Game 7 with those guys because they wasn't just trying to outscore them. They was actually defending. They was holding them to under 100 points. A few times in those series. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we talking about the following year. Though.
The 2018, yes. So the 2018 Golden State Warriors is the same 2017 2017 Warriors. It's the same. Just because the Houston Rockets took them to Game 7 doesn't mean that they fell off. That's not true.
No, I'm not saying they fell because they were still favored in every series they'll ever be in. But that 2017 Warriors, they won. They only lost one playoff game. Like that team,
who did they face? Who did they face?
They faced. I know they faced the Cavs in the final. The Spurs.
They faced the Spurs, who got hurt. Who did they face? They faced the Blazers, I think. The Blazers in the second round. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm trying to remember. I'm blanking right now. 2017, the playoffs.
Who is
I can't remember, but they were unstoppable.
They were, but this whole narrative of them being so unstoppable is mainly because they faced a Clippers team that really had, I think, was it Clippers in 2017? Let me double check.
Well, yeah, with Lou Will.
One of those years, it was like Pat Bev, Lou Will.
The Cavs
Tobias.
2017 defensive race or somebody.
Said what?
That 2017 Cavs, they were like.
Oh, okay, I got you. They faced the Portland. They faced the Portland Trailblazers in round 1. They faced the Utah Jazz with a rookie. I think it was rookie year Donovan Mitchell.
No.
Yeah.
Second year. It was rookie or second year, right?
No, he wasn't even in the league.
No, it was Gordon Hayward. It was Gordon Hayward.
It was Gordon Hayward.
They faced the Portland Trailblazers with no defense. They faced the Utah Jazz with Gordon Hayward. They faced the San Antonio Spurs with Kawhi Leonard being hurt. Then they faced the Cleveland Cavaliers team who did not play a lick of defense. And if you think that the way to beat the Golden State Warriors is try to outscore them, you're crazy. There's no way. You can't do that. So yes, you can say yes, they were great, they were unstoppable. But the bar from 2017 and the bar from 2018, it's not. They're damn near the same exact team, bro. They had an easier road in 2017. I think using the point of just because they lost one game, it's just a weak way to sit here and say that, oh yeah, they were on a different level.
They were on a different level. Even throughout the regular season, they were on a different level. In 2018, they faced injuries. Draymond got depleted as a player. The other players got older. Iguodala was hurt versus the Rockets. People don't forget that. I mean, people do forget that. So that's another factor. I'm just saying they were more vulnerable to be defeated than the 2017 Warriors. That's what I'm saying. When I look at them, it's like, hold on, because they lost a couple. They lost versus New Orleans. They lost the game versus them. I think who they played in the first round. I think they played the Spurs or something like that in 2018.
2018 was Spurs, and then the 2018. Then the Rockets.
Yeah, and that Pelicans team was in like every game, but they were just kind of like undermanned.
But the Pelicans team was a better team than the freaking Gordon Hayward Utah Jazz.
Yeah,
they were just a better team.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, and that Cavs team, I'm telling you that Cavs team that following season, I'm not saying they would have beaten them because this is a hypothetical, but with Kyrie and LeBron and how vulnerable the Warriors were at that time.
No way.
You're saying they beat them in 2019?
No.
If Kyrie stays?
I'm not saying they beat them. But they get them. They put up a better fight than they do in 2017. I know that for sure. So all I'm saying, the writing wasn't on the wall for Kyrie to be like, oh, we can't beat this team. That's what I'm.
No cap, bro. Like no. Yeah, 2018 with Kyrie Irving, bro. The most they would probably get is Game 6, and that's the most.
Yeah.
That's they get one more game. That's not a crazy bar from losing in 5 and then losing in 6. Like they still would have lost. They probably would have lost in 5 the same way they did the year before. Because at the end of the day, you can't change the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers was a terrible defense. So this point you're saying that they were
top 15 defense.
I won't say they were terrible. They were like me. They were not as good as the Rockets.
They were not a good defense.
They weren't as good as the Rockets. They were mid.
Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, them boys would have been killing them. The same way they did in 2017, they would have been killing them in 2018.
They did kill them in 2018.
They did.
Yeah, we've seen it. Kyrie's not going to change the defense. It's like,
Kyrie's not changing the defense.
I'm talking about the offense, though.
That still never said they were going to beat them, though. He just said
I never said
they probably get one.
They would have put up a better fight.
But Gabe, the point is the bar isn't that far from.
No, I know it's not.
So the decision. So I'll rewind to the backtrack.
I'm not saying the writing was on the wall for Kyrie to be like, oh, we just can't beat this team. That's why he lives.
No, the writing was on the wall.
I disagree.
The writing was on the wall,
disagree.
especially when you sit here like, come on, bro. Let's not act as if LeBron James just off of going to the finals, he didn't just leave Miami Heat to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers to be in a more suitable situation. That's one. Two, let's not act as if LeBron's contract was going to be up after the 2018 season, and a lot of people at that time were saying LeBron might leave too. So it's like Kyrie Irving in that state of mind is like
LeBron contract with
and that's fine, Dub, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, especially when you got to apply the context to that 2014 Heat situation. When LeBron left the Heat, everybody knew D-Wade was like way past who he was. Kyrie was just entering his prime. He just had the best season of his career, and he even told Kyrie, he said, "We're gonna be back. We're gonna right after the finals." But But I understand what you said from Kyrie's perspective that okay, LeBron was gonna leave in the offseason. Well, in that case, why don't they just blow the whole team up after if they win or lose?
Wait, no. The reason why LeBron James left was mainly because he wanted to go back to Cleveland, 100%. And then he's seen the rod. He's seen the rod.
Cleveland.
Hold on. He's staying. Who? LeBron?
Yeah.
He would not have stayed in Cleveland no matter what. Only if they would. Maybe if they would have beaten. Maybe if they would have beaten the Warriors. That's it. But they weren't beating the Warriors. 1, 2. You talked about Dwayne Wade. That the reason why LeBron James left is because he's seen that the Cleveland Cavaliers was going to be a good team. On top of that, he wanted to go home. That's fine. Yeah. Don't give me this. Don't sell me on the. Oh yeah, he's seen Dwayne Wade take a little step back because let's not forget the very next season we were a playoff contending team because of who? Because of Chris Bosh and the way that he was playing. The team was still a good team where they could move around pieces with Dwayne Wade. With Dwayne Wade not being the same version of himself, they could move around pieces to sit here and be a championship contending team.
Not only 100%. That,
and LeBron still left. LeBron still left though.
To add to your point, he wanted to be a Laker even when Kyrie was in the team because he wanted to have his family in LA either way. So if Kyrie was in 2018, let's say he never left, LeBron would have still left to LA because that's where he wanted his kids to.
Okay,
to go to school.
Now understandable. So why leave?
If Kyrie Irving is understanding that LeBron James, there's a strong possibility that he's gonna leave to go to LA. Why would I sit here and wait for him to leave? Why would I wait for him to leave?
Why don't they leave? Why won't they leave at the same time?
They're gonna leave regardless.
And also the Boston Celtics were a good team. It's not like Kyrie went to a team that couldn't win a championship. I mean, that team with Kyrie could have potentially went to the NBA Finals instead of Cleveland.
Yes.
But there was no Kyrie. So, it's not like Kyrie went to a worse situation. He went to another situation where he could win a ring. Unfortunately, injuries happened for that whole squad.
He went to a worse situation. He went.
How did he go to a worse situation?
LeBron James is going to a better situation.
He was
No. You got to hear what he said. That don't mean he went to a bad situation. Because going to Celtics was a good situation before him and Gordon Hayward got hurt. That was a good situation.
Yep.
A better situation would have been playing with the Cavs. You know that.
Yeah,
no, bro, y'all not getting it. Why would I? See, this is why I say, why would I sit here and wait for another man to sit here and dictate my decisions? Right? Why would I not sit here and put it in my hands and be like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for you to make the move and leave me. I'm going to sit here. No, I already know you. It's like a relationship, bro.
There you go. There you go, Dub.
It's not like a relationship.
My father. Oh, wait. My father told me, and I live this rule for my life. If I know that this woman that I'm dealing with is on, you know what? It seems as if she's on the ropes. She about to, you feel me? She on her way out. Cool. Bam. I'm out. I'm out first. And I'm not going to tell you why I'm out first. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because now she gonna feel some type of way about
it. And then I'm gonna go and that girl, right? And then that girl is gonna go find another lover and he's gonna try to see if it works out. And if it doesn't work out, he's gonna go to where he wanted to go in the first place. That is the same analogy I used earlier today for say that Kyrie's gonna be in LA. Like that's crazy.
Hey, Mars, I don't know if you was here, but the whole thing we were saying was what Kyrie was just unpredictable. Like if you say what move he gonna make, then you don't know. And Dub's saying he not unpredictable.
It's not unpredictable because, like I said, the writing was on the wall for Kyrie Irving to leave. LeBron James, there was talks about him leaving. There was talks about and rumors about him leaving, and after his contract was up. So Kyrie Irving, when he announced he wanted to be great, it wasn't that shocking.
It was predictable to you that Kyrie threatened to get knee surgery before the season if he didn't get traded. That was just predictable. That's just something you expected to happen.
No. That now you're being nasty because I can't.
I'm asking.
I can't predict everything that somebody's
Because there's a difference between requesting a trade and threatening to sabotage a team's season if you don't get what you want. There's two different things between
But
that.
hold on, Mars. So like I said, I don't know in the way that he was gonna go about it. I can't predict that. But can I predict that he was gonna try to get himself up out of there, Cleveland, knowing that LeBron James was making plans to leave after his contract was up? 100%. I don't know which way he's gonna do it.
Okay,
You can't
so is
predict the
it
exact way.
is it predictable to threaten to sabotage a team's season if you don't get what you want? That's predictable.
Mars, I just answered.
Is that predict? So you
I
just
said
saying
no.
you saying no. I expected him to ask out. Okay, like that's like the smallest piece of the puzzle. That doesn't make someone predictable.
Mars,
that doesn't make someone predictable.
No, Mars.
That doesn't make someone predictable.
Let me ask you this.
You expected a little bit, and then there was a bunch of little things that happened after that.
Let me ask you this, Mars. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You did it. The Boston Celtics series, you said, I said Boston was going to beat the Nets. You said that last season, right?
Yes.
Did you think that they were going to 4-0 them? Did you were you able to predict that?
No, I didn't.
But you two take credit for saying I predicted the Boston Celtics were going to beat the Nets, right?
Yes.
So yes, that's the same.
But that doesn't make Kyrie predictable.
No, don't do that, Mars. Don't do that, Mars. Because you took credit for predicting that the Boston Celtics were gonna beat the Nets. All I'm saying is, of course, we can't talk about every minute detail in the way in which Kyrie Irving was gonna leave. But we can't sit here and say that to sit here and see the writing on the wall that Kyrie was gonna leave. You could predict that, Mars. Come on, bro.
I think in hindsight,
go ahead, Mars. Go ahead, Mars.
Was it predictable that Kyrie told Boston fans he was going to resign?
Right, I was just about to ask that.
Did he also say that to Cleveland too?
So let me tell you, I'm glad you said that because he said the Boston Celtics thing in a time where the Boston Celtics relationship was good. It was pretty good. They were fine. They were perfect. Then throughout the season, a bunch of drama happened. A bunch of drama with the coaching. Some things with Gordon Hayward. Drama with the fans. What made that relationship distasteful. So things could change. Things could change throughout the process of the season. I could tell my girl right now, I love you, girl. I'm never going to leave you. A few months or 6 months down the road, you getting me mad. You getting me tight. Nah, bro, I can't be with you, bro.
I'm not saying he wasn't within his right. I'm saying was it predictable? Was it when he said that? Did you foresee that he was going to go back on what he said?
No. When I seen it at the time, I believed him. But as I seen the season progress, and we can't ignore what was going on throughout the season. As I seen the relationship with the fans, with the coaching being distasteful, I'm like, you know what? Kyrie Irving is probably not going to be sitting here dealing with this. Go ahead, Morris.
Was it predictable when he threatened to retire if Brooklyn traded him for James Harden? Was that predictable?
That's one that's not predictable. I'll give you that one.
It's two.
That's like the same as the first one,
That's
though.
one.
Like,
That's
threatening
one.
knee surgery, threatening to retire.
He said threatened to retire, right? In order to not get James
According to
Harden.
Mars, I don't remember that, to be honest. But
Did he really do that?
I'm like 80% sure. I'm like 80%.
No. All I'm saying.
I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure.
What's the difference? What's the difference between that and him threatening to get knee surgery to end the
now y'all missing the point.
Look,
I'm missing it completely.
We're saying you could foresee that Kyrie was going to ask out of Cleveland, but that's fine. But that's just a small part of the puzzle. It's foreseeing that he's going to ask out, and then looking at the manner in which he asked out and how everything unfolded. That's what makes Kyrie unpredictable. Not the decisions he makes, the actions he takes after making these decisions is unpredictable.
You can have an argument like that. But that's not the argument I'm talking about. You take, like I said, you take credit for predicting games. We take credit for being like a series, games. I take credit for saying that the Bengals were going to beat the Bills. I take credit that the Eagles were going to beat the Chiefs. I mean, the Eagles were going to beat the 49ers. The Chiefs were going to beat the whoever they face in the playoffs.
She's going to beat.
I don't know the exact. I don't know the exact. I don't know. Wait. I don't know the exact way it's going to happen. It's damn near impossible to do that.
So you're saying big picture, Kyrie's predictable. But then all the little nuances is where he's
nobody, Mars. You can't predict any nuances with anybody, bro.
Yeah. You predicted one thing. You predicted he'd ask out.
Mars, answer me this. How can you predict the nuances of just people in general? Can I predict every little thing that you're
if I ask you hypothetically, if Steph Curry asks out of Golden State, would he threaten to end his season with knee surgery in order to get what he wants? Would you say yes or no? Would you say if you had to guess? Would you say yes or no?
I would not be able to predict that, Mars.
I'm not asking if I'm not saying you can. I'm saying if you had to guess, which one would you go with?
Of him being asking out of Golden State?
Yeah, and then if he asked out of Golden State and you had to guess whether or not he would threaten to get knee surgery and end his season, if he didn't get what he wanted, or he would just ask out like KD did, and that was it. Just you ask out and he hopes he gets what he wants. Which avenue do you think Steph Curry would take?
Probably the second one.
Okay, and then with Kyrie Irving, which avenue do you think he would take?
The first one, for sure.
During the Cleveland time?
Mm-hmm.
Probably
the first
one.
Probably
the second one. Probably the second one. The first one.
So which one? The first or the second one? You just said both. Which one?
I said the second one, but the first one happened.
What?
Okay, so the second one is the one you think he would go down the avenue just asking out and hoping he gets what he wants. That's what you would believe.
But that wasn't Mars.
So which one's unpredictable?
You're doing the same thing all over again. What
you're saying you saw him asking out. That's fine, but other things happen, which is what made him unpredictable.
But Mars, what you're talking about?
Anyone can ask out. Anyone can ask out.
What you're doing is just the nuances of things, Mars.
That's a pretty big nuance. That's a pretty big nuance.
Mars, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? No, wait, hold up.
That's a pretty big nuance.
This is what you do. You literally try to take, like, trying to predict every minute detail that somebody's gonna take.
It's pretty
ridiculous.
It's a pretty big detail.
It's ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous.
It's a pretty big detail.
Mars, it's ridiculous, bro.
It's a pretty big detail.
The same way.
I'm not like, did you expect him to ask out on a Tuesday or a Wednesday? I'm not doing that. He threatened to get knee surgery. That's a big detail.
The same way I can't predict. The same way I
can't. That's a big detail, dog.
The same way I can't predict the avenues that you're gonna take, the road that you're gonna take on going about your future. But I can sit here and have an understanding of you, Mars, and be like, you know what? I see that Mars, is feeling this type of way. I could see him trying to make him way out of a situation that he doesn't like. For example, I know that every single time when you're in a conversation with somebody, let's say Ticket or somebody that you just don't like, somebody that you don't like. Oh, no, that you don't like listening to, this is what you'll do. I lie to you now. You'll just sit back, chill, and let it rock. Let it rock. You will let it rock for the majority of the time. I know that about you. I don't know every specific time when you'll sit here and there's times though you'll sit here and you'll speak up. There's times though where you'll throw a little shade, which is unpredictable with me. Would you sit here and say that I don't understand you and being able to predict what you do just because those few instances or the few times where you sit here and take a step up?
Okay, so those times I step up, is it unpredictable? Yes or no?
The times that you step up?
Mm-hmm.
It is unpredictable, but majority of the time I'm be able to predict whenever you're in a scenario like that, you're doing this.
Okay, so how many times has Kyrie been unpredictable?
Not that often.
What I'm with you on the nuanced things. I'm with you on the nuanced things, but I'm even talking big picture, like what team he's gonna go to if you're gonna choose to resign or stay with a team. That's still unpredictable. Like if you telling me right now that Kyrie is gonna resign with Dallas, then I think you lying to yourself.
I think it's a strong.
I think Kyrie's predictably unpredictable.
Let Gabe
like no one, like you cannot say my fault, Gabe. I just want to say no one knows what Kyrie is gonna do. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not just thinking about Kyrie.
I think the thing is Kyrie is so unpredictable. Kyrie is so unpredictable that when these things have Kyrie's name in it, you're not surprised. Like when they came out about the players not being vaxxed, I'm not saying Kyrie needs to get vaxxed. But when we heard Kyrie was the player who wasn't going to be able to play, none of us were surprised. And that's because of how predictably unpredictable he is.
Wait, wouldn't you say
we all expected Kyrie. I think it's predictable that Kyrie is in some form of drama.
He's predictably going to force some stuff.
Yes, I think he's predictably unpredictable. If something unpredictable has Kyrie's name involved, you're not surprised about it because of how predictably unpredictable.
That's fire. Gabe, go.
So Mars, you said you predicted that the Celtics were gonna beat the Nets, right? But did you predict that they would have got swept?
No.
So that was unpredictable, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I was surprised.
So you can predict that something can happen, but at the end of the day, you're not predicting how it's gonna happen. So you didn't know that Kyrie was gonna threaten to get a knee surgery. You didn't know. Right? Listen, you didn't know that he was going to tell the people, oh, I'm going to resign, but then all those little things after happen. You didn't know that. So you taking credit for predicting that he was going to leave, you could take that. But you're not going to sit here and say that Kyrie isn't unpredictable with everything else that happens along the line too. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
nobody knows about
Gabe.
I'm even talking big picture, Gabe.
The whole point of my argument where this all stemmed from why I think we could sit here and get a gauge of what Kyrie Irving wants. I think it's clear. I think you could sit here and get a gauge of what Kyrie Irving is striving towards. I did not say that you could sit here and predict every which avenues and which roads he could take. I did not say that. All I said is you could see the picture that's being painted for Kyrie Irving. I said that in Cleveland. I think in Dallas, he's going to try to get his money. He's going to try to get that contract. He's probably going to stay with Luka Doncic for years to come, in my opinion.
I don't think so.
We will see.
Kyrie did threaten to retire if Brooklyn traded him.
We will see.
Yeah,
listen,
I think Mark's hit it on the head though. He's predictably.
Listen, we will see. We will see.
Dub.
And if Kyrie Irving gets that contract, I want all y'all back up here.
Kyrie's not getting that contract. Kyrie's gonna be on I'm telling you right now.
But what I'm saying is, Dub, though, like we don't like. And that's it. I'm not just trying to single out Kyrie, but that's just like on a human, like day to day. Like one thing I do know, I know Kyrie wants to get paid, and I believe he wants to win. But like where he wants to, where
in Dallas though.
But where he wants to, like where he wants to and how he wants to, that can change today. That can change tomorrow. That can change next week in the offseason. Like he can want to be in Dallas right now. He can first day of free agency. He may want to be with the Lakers. He may want to go. He want to go to the Knicks. Like
I said,
Kyrie is the only player I wouldn't be surprised if he went and re-signed with Brooklyn in the offseason.
Like I said, y'all overrate. Like I said, the media.
That's facts.
Like I said, the media and you guys, y'all overrate how unpredictable he is. He's not that hard to understand the way that everyone.
If the Lakers offer a max contract, what would stop him from going to the Lakers instead of re-signing with the Mavs? Like in your eyes,
probably him roll. In my opinion, if I'm Kyrie Irving, I would.
No, not you.
Not you.
Kyrie.
He asked me the question. If I'm Kyrie, I'm trying to put myself in his perspective.
Okay.
Right. So if I'm in his perspective, I would rather
You asked the wrong question.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here. I'm gonna sit here. Would I rather roll with a young guy who hasn't shown?
I don't know if that's how Kyrie thinks. You gotta think like Kyrie, bro.
Let me finish. Let me finish my point.
It's unpredictable to think like
Kyrie. Let me finish my point. I'm trying to put myself in his perspective, right? That's what I got asked to do. Can I answer the question? Okay. So in Kyrie Irving's perspective, I'm looking. Okay, what would I rather deal with? Would I rather deal with LeBron James, who's getting old and getting hurt, Anthony Davis, who keeps getting hurt, and even though I get a max contract, there's not going to be a guarantee that we're going to be able to accomplish the thing because for the last 4 years now, both of these guys keep being in and out of the lineup. Or would I side with a young Luka Doncic, who's been showing out in the playoffs, playing well, hasn't been getting hurt like that? Would I side with Luka Doncic more?
He's hurt right now.
In the future, who has a
Luka is hurt right now.
But he doesn't miss as much time as AD or LeBron James.
Right. He's hurt.
So would I sit here and side with Luka Doncic, a young guy, promising guy, get locked in for the next 4 years? Next season is going to be a free agency. We're going to be able to get guys around us and build a nice little. We could potentially build a championship contender probably this season or next season. I'm gonna side more with Dallas Mavericks.
Yo, Dub, I love you, but I can't stand these.
Dub, you thinking like Dub. You got to think like Kyrie because even last season, even a week ago, maybe even right now, everybody knows Kyrie preferred destination is LA. So if that same opportunity is presented to him this summer, even with everything you said, Kyrie knew that. Kyrie knew that last year. He knew that a week ago. He knew that a couple days ago, but before the trade even happened. So if that opportunity presents itself, and he still wants to be in LA, like what's gonna stop him?
Like I said, you guys
Like
I said, you guys are overrating his unpredictability, and like I said, only time will tell. So if he gets his when he gets his contract, I want all y'all back up here.
Yo, Doug, how mad are you gonna be when he becomes a Laker? How am I gonna be?
You said what?
How mad are you gonna be when he becomes a Laker?
I won't be mad. I'll just
because you low key, like low key of low key. You are the biggest LeBron hater I've ever met in my life.
He's not.
Dub's not even in my top 5 LeBron haters.
Nah, he not.
He's in my top 1.
You got to be on this channel more. You got to be on this channel.
That's my brother.
This channel has about 3 LeBron haters most of the time.
What y'all think of Elder's list?
Oh, terrible.
I didn't hear it.
I heard he has LeBron at like 9.
Yeah, LeBron 9.
All right, we're not taking that.
He got Steph over LeBron because Steph beat him in the finals.
I heard Tyson cooked him. That's what I heard.
Tyson cooked him.
Tyson
he
cooked
got
the hell out of
Good.
it.
Who said
Cook.
that?
So if Kyrie's preferable destination is the Lakers and he signs with the Mavs, don't you think that would be unpredictable? Because he's going
No.
somewhere else that he didn't want to go to.
No, that's not.
Oh, come on.
So
bro.
what would be
I
okay?
just
Where would
Come on,
Kyrie
bro.
sign that would be unpredictable? Where would
Dub,
Kyrie
you didn't
sign that
know.
would be
Dub, you gotta listen. Open your ears. You have headphones on for a reason. Kyrie's preferred destination through the entire time he wanted to be traded was the Los Angeles Lakers. If he goes and signs with the Dallas Mavericks, that is unpredictable because
I just walked you through the rational way
yes,
of thinking.
on
the
how
whole
you
time.
thought about it.
That's the rational way. That is a rational way.
So
of
okay, do
thinking.
you think Kyrie thinks? Do you think Kyrie
We're
thinks
not
rationally?
doing this rabbit hole
Do you
again.
do you think Kyrie thinks rationally in every
I'm
situation?
not doing this rabbit hole again.
That's a W.
I'm not
Mark.
doing it because if he stays on
Kyrie
Dallas,
puts Kyrie
we're gonna
puts 0
if
before
he
Mills,
stays
bro.
on Dallas, we're gonna revisit this conversation, and I'm just gonna tell you all you guys were wrong. All of
That's
them.
fine.
No,
but
no,
And
we're
if
no,
the vice
no,
versa
no,
happens,
no,
and if vice versa
no,
happens, if
no,
vice versa happens, you guys
mistake
can do
you're
the same thing.
making is
I'm not even gonna do that.
none of us saying what Kyrie is gonna do. Like
Right.
I don't know if he's gonna stay with that. I don't know if he's gonna stay with LA. But you
Mhm.
you saying he just is like it's a fact. Like you just know.
Yeah.
That's
If he
I don't
stays
think.
with Dallas, I think because we don't know exactly what he's gonna do. No, but like on a percentage, I think I'm like 60 to 70% sure he's probably
Right.
gonna stay with Dallas. There's no way I can 100% guarantee that's what he's gonna do. That's impossible to guess 100% that anybody's gonna do
Yeah,
anything.
nah, that's
That's
true.
why gambling is a thing,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's
I
true.
gamble a
So
lot.
I'm pretty sure, like a 60 to 70% sure he's staying with Dallas.
I'm just saying I have no bingo card for Kyrie. I have no percentage on
I would
nothing.
have like 60,
I'm
70 on the
just sitting there
Lakers.
watching. I'm not putting my money on nothing that this man could do because like
We shall
Who-
see. I
who-
gotta get some other guys up here,
All right,
though,
man.
bro. Appreciate you all.
No,
for being
yes,
up
sir.
here.
Holla at y'all, boy.
Good talk.
Y'all be easy.
Kyrie
nuts,
to Golden
bro.
State on a mid-level exception, man.
Y'all are nuts, bro. I'm so serious.
Kyrie.
I'm still here.
Let's go, fellas.
And we chilling.
Yo,
Oh yeah, Lado, you can stay as long as you want, bro.
no, I appreciate
Family.
it, man.
We got family up here. You feel me?
Oh, that's your brother, huh?
My
Yes,
brothers,
sir.
you know, flock
Family.
together, bro. G baby saying he trying to tap in. G baby, I'm all for you tapping in, bro. Hit that stream.
I was
bro.
seeing G Baby get cooked on Gridiron yesterday.
That shit was so bad.
Yo,
It was
that
so
was
bad.
fire.
Let me read some super chats real quick though. LLJ, Kyrie is better than Allen Iverson at basketball. Changed my mind.
I
Anybody
agree.
wanna Go with this.
I agree.
I don't.
I don't agree. I think it's arguable, but I don't agree.
I like Kyrie's game more than Allen Iverson. I think Allen Iverson is better all time. but
Kyrie's
I-
a more efficient Allen Iverson. That's all I gotta say. A far more efficient Allen Iverson by that.
Yeah, he's more efficient. Yeah,
And
Smart
just
play.
because I think it's better.
I still think AI's better.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you could argue
But I did-
because if you did like skill for skill, like Kyrie's a better defender. You could argue he's a better scorer. He's more efficient. He's a better shooter. If you want, you could argue he's a better finisher around the rim. I don't know if I'd argue that. And then the handles, I think Kyrie's a better ball handler. But I just think AI is a better passer, a better playmaker, more impactful. I still probably would say he's a better scorer than Kyrie as well. So I think it's close, but I'm gonna go with AI.
Got you. Super chat from Christopher D. Nets are the biggest disappointments in sports history. The Kyrie and KD saga flopped on its face. They did nothing. No cohesion. No cohesion. Injuries. Too many off the court drama cost teams in the past. I'm not gonna lie. The Nets,
they're top. They're up there. They're
the
for
Nets
sure.
blow it up.
failing 2 super teams in a
They
decade.
number one.
It's
They
crazy.
need to blow it
Up
up.
there. They
It's
number
definitely
one.
it's up there. I mean, you could argue. No,
They
it's,
had hard.
it's definitely number one. Most of
Leave.
What other super teams? What
We
other
got
super-
a Nets fan right here to
That
talk
failed?
about the failed super team, bro. Give me 1 second. I hope this taught fans that throwing talented individuals together doesn't mean a championship is guaranteed. And that objective anime analysis, Dub was 100% right about the Nets trade being the best
That doesn't
trade,
seem right.
especially the logic of them staying competitive. They can trade Spence and Cam Thomas is here. Cam Thomas is
He's
He's been
balling.
wilding.
He's been balling out.
He
Cam
went
Thomas
crazy.
been going crazy, but listen, enough is enough.
also from analysis. I've never seen Low be so wrong about a B-ball take. Drop Legend of Losing in the chat, bro. LOLs, bro. Love to see it, bro.
Low.
And we could make sure to tell Low again that he got cooked by Dub, bro. It is what it is.
Oh wow. That's it. Yeah. Listen.
What you got to say, Lee? Let me
Enough
hear
is enough, man. Let's be honest about what we're seeing here. We don't know what Kyrie gonna do. Kyrie don't even know what the hell he's gonna do, bro. Like that's the whole. Listen, these are the most confused niggas in NBA history, bro.
No.
Like this by far.
Kyrie
bro.
not confused. Not no more. Listen, Kyrie, that team did him wrong. The COVID vaccine. Hold on, let me tell you. The first year, he was right. You didn't need to get vaxxed to play. They didn't even let him play home games at first. They waited to do that. Boom. The next year come. He come with a tweet of a documentary that really wouldn't have meant nothing to nobody else. They suspended him, made him pay $500,000 to the defamation league. Then he did what they wanted him to do. Then when he come back with the long-term contract, they hit him with another thing, like you got to win a championship and sit. No, I'm out of here, man. Get me out of here, man. Come on, man. How long I'm a buck dance? How long I'm a buck dance?
All of that being said, bro, like if we look at Kyrie's history, bro, like from
he wanted to play for the Nets, though.
Yeah, I understand that, but if we look at his history, bro, like in terms of his decision making on what's this and what's that, he said he wanted to be in LA first and foremost. I never heard the Lakers. Anybody in here to say he wanted to go to the Lakers, bro? He said LA. That could have meant the Clippers for all we know. So like, listen,
unpredictability. Unpredictability. I wouldn't be so. Oh my God, I would be.
Unpredictability. You could call it whatever it is, bro. But listen, if Kyrie signs this extension with Dallas, then this conversation is basically over. You know what I'm saying? So we right now we just speculating. You know? So I mean, as far as the trade goes, man, listen, I've been watching
from the Nets. He was right. Yeah. Was he right or wrong? The trade.
The trade, it is what it is. It happened how it happened. I'm just looking at everything going forward. I want to
never backed him.
Listen.
You're a Nets fan, right?
Pick the Celtics. He didn't pick none of them till he picked the Nets, and he wanted to play them.
I'm a Nets fan by association, bro. I live here, bro. I've been.
Got you. Okay, so I got a question. I got a question for you because obviously Kyrie's gone, and I mean we've talked about Kyrie for a very long time. I want to talk about the other guy. I want to talk about KD. What is next for KD, in your opinion?
G baby, you look like you got a nasty agenda right now, bro.
I'm just listening to all the Kyrie talk. Oh, he wanted to go here, wanted to go there. It didn't matter where he was gonna go. It really didn't matter. If he's not gonna be with Bron, that was probably his best opportunity to win another championship. Because those three are probably their best chance. But he going to he on the Mavs with. I believe their best defender, if I'm not mistaken, is Josh Green.
Maxi Kleber.
Perimeter defenders for your screen.
Maxi
Kleber. Like, hey, look, it's gonna be a great show. We're gonna see the ESPN and the Bleacher Report highlights of Luka and Kyrie going crazy in the fast break. I guarantee you, they first little assist together, that's the clip that's gonna be played a million times over. It ain't gonna be nothing. They wasn't coming out the West before that. They're not coming out the West now. So that's why I'm just smiling. Because it really don't matter. Kyrie could have went anywhere. And then
I couldn't agree with you more, but like we gotta see what we're gonna see how the West gonna play out. Now, as far as the Nets end of it, bro, like I'm watching, I'm paying attention to the future. I'm watching the last two games, bro, and I'm just like highly pleased with what I'm seeing, bro. Like in terms of everything that they're doing, Nick Claxton has turned himself into a top 3 decoy candidate. Cam Thomas, bro, having the games that he having, bro, like out of all of the double-digit games that he had in this calendar year alone, only one of them he only shot under 50%. That's noted. I think he got a good lift on his shot, man. I think he used, which scares me because it ain't the going up part, it's the landing. So I'm just looking at the forefront of this, man. I mean, Lakers fans is gonna boom this into the head until he signs an extension with somebody else, and then that's gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, man, what y'all think about this whole thing, man? Because I wash my hands with this, man.
Well, we know KD's gone, right? We can all agree
1,000%.
that. We can all agree he's gone, right?
Yeah. Where do you guys think KD's gonna go?
Maybe.
Why do people keep? Why
is he gone?
Why is he gone?
I'm not sure. I'm
You
not
guys
sure.
think he's going this offseason?
So yeah, the offseason, because
It's
I don't
not-
think they're going to deal him by the
3
deadline. But
years.
Mars, you got to
What he got?
remember,
3 years
was not one of the reasons he wanted to go in the first place was because they didn't want to extend Kyrie, and then it was kind of like, all right, I'll come back this season. We'll see what happens. Hey, they got rid of the coach. They got rid of Steve Nash. They were like, I don't really care for him, so they tried to get Ime. That unfortunately fell through or whatever the case. But so he wanted to leave the first time. One of the big things was because Kyrie, they didn't want to extend Kyrie. He's like, well, if you're not gonna keep Kyrie and you're gonna ship him off, I ain't trying to be here. That's not what I signed up for. I just think they're in the same position.
I'm not saying he ain't gonna ask out. I'm saying they have no reason to move him.
Yeah,
they don't want to.
They don't have no.
Oh no,
they have all the leverage. They can just say no, you're playing.
All of the leverage.
And I agree with you 100%. I just think they gonna trade him. I just think they will. I don't think they have to. Because
I also think people are underrating the fact that this Brooklyn team can still be pretty competitive.
Yeah, they're not ass. I don't think.
Ride this out.
In my opinion, as a team, I think they got better. In my opinion,
if you got Cam Thomas holding
this is the best defense KD has had since he's been in Brooklyn. He has great floor spacing, in my opinion, because Spencer Dinwiddie can space the floor. Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Cam Thomas can now space the floor. Yuta Watanabe. The only non-floor spacers is Ben Simmons and Nicholas Claxton.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can maybe deal Ben Simmons, but that's neither here nor there. But with that team around him, I think Nick Wright might have said this. If Giannis had this team around him, people would say Giannis could be able to get out of the East with this team. Whether or not I agree, that's neither here nor there. But people would say Giannis could get out of the East with this team. People would say Luka could get out of the East with this team. But we don't put those expectations on.
And
Kevin
they told
Durant.
me I don't have nothing to smile about, man.
I think that's valid.
Team.
I think it's valid. I think this team, if you put a different superstar in KD's place, if you put a different superstar in KD's place, this team would be seen as a contender to get out of the East.
So do you think this team is a contender?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. But I think it's something that should be looked at as the standards.
They told me I don't have nothing to laugh.
Because I don't think I don't think they beat the Cavs personally. That's just me.
Let me ask you this, Mark.
I think this team could beat the Cavs. I think this team could beat the Cavs.
Do you think that the standard that they have on KD is wrong? Do you think that this team is a championship contending team with Giannis or with KD or with Luka?
No.
Oh, so you think that what they're saying is wrong? So you think
I think people who, if Giannis is on this team and people said this team is I think contender is valid. I think they could get out of the East. Winning a championship, no, they wouldn't be favorites. They'd be in like the top 6, 7 teams.
I don't think they get out the East.
So okay, all right.
I wouldn't bet on them to get out of the East, but I think they could theoretically. But I wouldn't bet on it.
Question. So y'all saying the hardest part with this team is getting out the East. So all they got to do is get out the East. No matter who they play, they win it, right?
I think the champion comes out the East this year.
Me too. I think the champion.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like.
So you think
I do like the lineup.
The West is gonna win the championship this year? That's what the laugh is for.
G Baby's a
Nuggets in 6. Nuggets.
You're taking the Nuggets seriously?
Unless
G Baby is.
I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm
not gonna hold you. The only team in the East that I don't want to see in a 7-game series is the Celtics. They stay.
No. The Nuggets don't want to see the Sixers in the 7-game series with Joel Embiid healthy.
Joel Embiid. Yeah. Joel, see, here's what
I think you live with Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Like Doc Rivers in a 7-game series, I am taking the Nuggets every single time in a 7-game series. Joel Embiid is going to be Joel Embiid. I am taking the Nuggets in a 7-game series.
Stop acting like you want to see Milwaukee, bro. Don't do that.
What?
I need to see this Jokic playoff defense. I need to see this Jokic playoff defense.
What's their coach name?
Hold up.
Michael Malone.
Doc Rivers is holding on.
Baby.
Yo, let's talk about the Nuggets.
To Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. He been holding that since 08. Come on, man.
Baby.
What has Doc Rivers done? Blow 3 leads. Hey, at least Mike Malone came back.
Michael Malone has come back from 2-3.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you though. I'm not. Wait. I will say this. I will say this. Ticket had a take about Doc Rivers that I actually did agree with, where too much blame is going on him for some of these 3-1 leads rather than the players themselves. Like
For
Tracy
sure.
McGrady, for instance, in that 3-1 lead that they had on Detroit Pistons. Tracy McGrady in the first 3 games that he played was phenomenal. He was playing crazy.
He won the series.
But then
He thought he won the series.
after game 4, game 5, he dropped off. I'm
He
not
thought he
looking
won
at
the
Doc.
series. I remember that.
I'm not looking at Doc Rivers to blame. I'm looking at T-Mac.
You see this coat lead?
You were playing
No,
great
go
and
ahead,
you
man.
fell off. And they needed Tracy McGrady to play at that
can't
high of a level because the team wasn't good. The team is not that good to be up there. That's one. Somebody's microphone.
someone died.
Crazy. Yeah. That's one.
Yeah, I
2.
don't know what that
I guess the Clippers 3-1 lead. I'm
Yeah, my
on
bad.
there, putting blame on
No, you
him.
good.
I'm fine with
I
that.
had my AirPods
But
on.
the 3-1 lead that got blown in the Nuggets, bro. Paul George was bad. Paul George
Very.
was really bad.
Very.
And
And Kawhi.
that Kawhi
Okay, so-
Leonard in Game 7 was bad.
Well,
So
of
when I
course,
look, when I
your
look at,
players
And it
play
happened in
bad
the
if you're gonna
NIT
blow 3-1
Invitational,
lead.
bro.
Like,
We don't
But-
count
but-
you
that.
can't blow a
Mars,
3-1 lead without
but-
players
but-
underperforming.
No,
Like,
but Mars, that's what I'm saying. You have to sit here, and I'm looking at that more of like Tracy McGrady
A
and
3-1
Paul
lead happened
George
in a jail
rather
cell.
than just Doc Rivers not being able to put in a
the
competent.
Doc Rivers stuff is more than just blowing leads. It's just if you watch Doc Rivers coach in playoff series, he's just there, just
Listen,
banging.
if Doc
I
Rivers
feel
is
you,
tight
and
about
that's
people
more of a
staying
point.
in
what
the
Mike
game,
Malone
he's
has
G
done.
doing
Baby
it.
talked
That
about
means
blowing
it's his
3-1
fault.
leads in there.
Yeah, I
That's
did
the
bring
only
that
point I'm
up, but
attacking.
What has Mike Malone
Doc Rivers
done?
got brought up, but there are more reasons why I think the Nuggets would win in a 7-game series other than just Doc Rivers. He plays a part in it, yes, but I think this year the team, I think this is the closest thing we got to 2019. And I think 2019, if we would have kept Jeremy Grant and didn't have to trade Gary Harris, we still had our perimeter defenders back then. Even with Jokic's deficiencies, we probably weren't going to beat the Warriors, but we would have still been competing.
I think y'all
this
better.
year,
I think y'all
we're the
better.
So
closest.
is your coach?
That's what I'm saying.
Coach
Because we
better
have
than Doc
defense.
Rivers?
Yes. Yes.
Mike Malone? Really?
Yes. Yes.
Mike,
yes.
I put my Mike
Yes.
Malone. Mike Malone.
Yes.
Is,
I think
Mike
Mike Malone's a really good coach.
I give
Yes,
Mike
he's
Malone
a
an edge,
phenomenal
but
coach.
G baby,
I
I do
think
think he's living. I do
G
think he's living off Jokic a
baby.
little bit. But it's fine.
Are you sure
He
you want to see
definitely
Milwaukee
is.
in the 7-game
Doc
series?
Rivers, I think, is better though.
Milwaukee's not the
Positive you want to see
same
them
to
in?
me as they were. Milwaukee's not the same to me as they were 2 years ago.
Not
I
even
think
close.
we win.
But no, that's not the question. Do you want to see them? Do y'all want to see them in the 7-game series? Yes or no?
Do I want to see them? Like, do I want them to come out the East? No. If they do, I still think we'll win.
Talk about the Sixers.
No, the Celtics.
Nah,
He said the
talking
Bucks.
about
He said the
Milwaukee.
Bucks. Do I want them to
Oh, the
come out?
Bucks?
No. Do I want
Not
them to
gonna
come
lie,
out? No.
the Nuggets
But do I
lose to
think we would?
the Nuggets lose to the Sixers, they lose to the Boston Celtics, and they might lose to the Bucks. Let's not forget.
Celtics?
Guess who gets shown up every time Joel Embiid and Jokic face each other? Who gets showed up?
This isn't true. I don't know why people keep saying this. I don't know why people keep saying this. I don't know why people keep saying that. Because that's starting to annoy me. I don't know why people keep saying
No,
that.
that's true. I checked it. I did check it.
Every time, that's not true. Every time.
No, not every time, right?
The
It's
Sixers when
not.
Embiid
It's
wasn't
not.
playing.
last year.
Where Embiid wasn't playing. So there's sometimes
It's
where
not every
Embiid
time.
wasn't playing.
I'm not saying
Time.
Embiid
Embiid's on the
does
court.
every time.
Last
It's
year.
Embiid on the
crazy.
court.
Every
When
time.
he giving him buckets.
It's
Check last year,
time.
dog.
Does
Time.
Jokic
That's
not
not
get
true.
his buckets
Every
too,
time it's
though? He
Check
just
time.
didn't score 40. This
Check
last
last
game,
year, dog.
Jokic just didn't score 40. But don't Jokic get his buckets too? It's not like Joel Embiid is putting Jokic in a
He had
box.
20
Like-
points, bro. In today's day,
No,
20
I'm
points is
Hey,
not
hey,
that great
yo,
anymore.
yo.
I said,
Listen,
we're
all
talking
I'm
about
gonna say-
multiple matchups, not
Especially
just
for the
one, right?
MVP.
Jokic don't
Yeah,
get
that's
put
what
no
we talking about. In multiple matchups.
When Nikola Jokic,
I watched the
Listen.
game live against Joel Embiid and Jokic, and
Me
Jokic
too.
was getting cooked,
He
bro.
was
Are you talking
he
about
was
this
getting
guy?
I got the
last
that
season.
game.
Last season, he was getting cooked, bro.
Jokic ain't no defender, but
No,
y'all
no,
act
no,
like
no,
Embiid
He
no,
wasn't
no,
great
no, no.
offensively. He wasn't great
No, no.
offensively. Bones Highland was the reason they won that game because he had a crazy fourth quarter. I watched that shit,
That's
bro.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
but DeMarcus Cousins came in and made like 3 threes in that fourth quarter.
Yes,
Last year, it
yes,
wasn't
he
that far
did.
wrong.
I was
I
like,
remember
damn,
that.
Boogie.
Last year, the game.
Yeah, I
No,
remember
no.
Okay.
Jokic did play. Jokic did play well in that game, though. He did.
All right, just
Yeah, like y'all making it seem like
Jokic
this
played
nigga
well
is
in
This
that
is
game.
why I say, watch
He got, and
it.
he, I think in the fourth quarter he got some crazy
Hold on,
one.
Dub.
Watching,
I know exactly
yeah,
Might
what
have been-
they're
might have-
talking about.
but watching that game, like this is why I say, like watching games live and just watching, it's like you could feel their presence, right? You could feel their impact on the game. You could feel that. Jokic,
Listen, man.
I did not feel that when watching those two play. Joel
Anytime it's prime
Embiid, you
time,
felt that.
Embiid dominate him. He ain't saying every game, but when it's a prime time, when they talking about who about to be the MVP, Embiid dominates Joker every time. It's
But
that
MVP is
discussion.
not based on just a
No, wait,
matchup.
wait,
And
wait.
another
I'm
thing,
just saying.
and
Wait,
another
so
thing,
forgive me.
and
So
another thing is,
because I just looked it up.
The only time,
I just
the
looked
only
it
time,
up.
the only time Joel Embiid dominated Jokic was his last 2 times they played against.
Yeah, I was about to say 'cause I just looked it up.
That was last
I
week.
see 34
No,
9,
last.
and I see 47 and 18.
No.
The other games, 22 10 and 6, 19 15 2, 15. Like I'm like, they've only played what 6 times in their
7
career?
times.
They played 7
7
times.
times. I'm sorry, 7 times.
Embiid has won more games, but they've been like
7
fairly
times,
matched up.
And,
for most of the time.
and the first 5 he played against Jokic,
They've been fairly matched.
it was the
Hey,
last
what
two
do the
games.
old heads say?
It was
What do the
last
old heads
two
say?
games.
It's about what
saying,
you
man.
done for me lately, man.
You can't say every time. That's the problem.
You can't say that.
When the
What you
discussion
done for
come
me
in,
Say that
lately,
when he
man?
about to win MVP again, bro. Like, come on, that game doesn't matter. What? Listen, the
he shouldn't have
games
won
that
MVP
G
last
baby
year.
that just named, bro. Like,
I
it
agree.
speaks for itself. Like the game that you was talking about with Bones High off in the fourth, they would listen. Jokic played very, very well in that game, bro. The gap wasn't that far from like opposed from last week's game. That gap was significantly far. That gap was like this.
Yeah.
Like he dominated. Like Joel dominated. But the other games, Joel didn't. Joel went off, and so did Jokic, bro. Trust me. It's not that far.
The game where Embiid just dominated, it didn't even start like that as well. Jokic was actually playing better than Embiid, especially the first quarter and the first half.
How did it
And
end?
then it all just went downhill for Jokic.
Wait,
Embiid just
so,
went crazy.
I got a question.
Then it just went down. Embiid clearly outplayed Jokic in that game. I'm not arguing.
Embiid the
It's
last
just
2 games.
the game
Embiid
just
the last
did.
2
It didn't
games,
look
he
like it
outplayed
was gonna
Jokic.
go that way.
But every time we talk about this, it's like, oh, every time they play,
I'm
they
not
play
gonna
7
lie.
times in what 7 years?
But
They played 7 times
hold
in
on.
7
I got
years.
another.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this because I need to clarify. Like, because I know they didn't play in 2021. Like the whole season they didn't play
Or
against each other.
2020.
In 2022, the game they played against each other, and
They didn't play in 2020 either, right?
No, they didn't.
In 2022, the only thing
They
that
did it
Embiid
in
did.
2020. They didn't play
It's
against
these
each other.
last
They didn't
two
play.
MVPs.
They didn't play. Wait. So this is what y'all doing, right? This is what y'all doing, right? All right. Every time may be a drag, but
It is a drag.
throughout Joel Embiid entering his prime, the times in which they faced each other, because I guess in the 7 times you talked about was when he was in the beginning of his career, correct?
Yeah, those are the first couple games.
The first 5 games.
It was in
The first
no
5
cap.
games were from 2016 to 2019.
Oh yeah, that's not moving me. That's
So
not
you're
moving me
only
at all.
talking about
Joel
Embiid.
Embiid.
Wait, listen.
So every time it's 2 games.
Wait.
He said
Give me a
that's
second.
not
Give me a
moving
second.
me.
When Joel Embiid and Jokic have been at their best,
It's the Google.
have been at their
It's the
best.
Google choice.
Who has been outperforming who? When
You know
they've
been the 2 best centers in the NBA for like 5 years.
Listen,
At
You
their
don't know
best,
the Google
at
stats.
their
You don't
best.
know
No, but
basketball.
Jokic and Embiid are
Say you
playing
don't know
at
the
their
Google
best
stats.
ever
You
since
don't
year
get
2020.
Yo, Ken, you wild,
Okay, so
bro.
the last 2 matchups you're gonna say Embiid.
No, listen.
It's what it is,
Because
bro.
he scored more.
And I don't the game where Bones Highland went crazy in the fourth. I still think.
He Googled
And then
it.
is it because?
I watched that game.
Embiid
Jokic
scored more
dominated,
points?
bro.
I watched the game too.
I watched
the
that
game.
Jokic was
We
for
just
sure
disagree.
playing
I think
more.
Embiid scoring more as a mean.
Mars, I got a question.
I was about to say that.
Embiid gap wasn't
Hold
that
on.
crazy.
Look. This in the game before the one that just happened, the only thing that Embiid had more was points. Jokic out rebounded him, out assisted him. Embiid had 5 fouls that game, and he barely
Which
shot
game?
better than him.
Which game?
In 2022, March 14th.
The
Embiid
game
had
where Burns
34,
Highland went
9
crazy.
before.
Yeah,
Embiid, and Jokic had 22, 13, and 8. He almost had a triple double. So the only thing he did was score more. So an all-around game.
Jokic made a crazy pass in that game to Jeff Green in transition as well.
As an all-around
Sure
game,
did.
it's fairly close. It's fairly close as an all-around game.
I got a question for
Hold
G baby.
on. If you're gonna say that if you're gonna say that he outscored him, fine. But as an all-around game, I feel like it's a fairly close.
This is why I say you're just boxing.
He didn't dominate him.
You're boxing.
Dub, I watched the game and still think Jokic
Let me
played better.
finish. I'm gonna tell you what it was. Jokic accumulating all those stats and numbers, like I said before.
They only lost. They won.
Hold up, let me finish, bro. Damn.
All right, go ahead.
If we talking about performance, right? About how they performed against one another. Joel Embiid, it was clearly it was clear as day to see the impact that Embiid on the court was felt. The impact of him being there was felt. than Jokic on the court. Jokic, there was some times in the game I forgot Jokic was even there, mainly because he doesn't have that sort of dominance, that presence that Joel Embiid had. So yes, Jokic acquired all these stats and everything. I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching the game. I'm not looking at the stats. I'm just watching the game for what it was. I'm watching it live. I'm not looking at how many rebounds. I'm not looking at how many assists he's had. I'm watching these games and seeing what these guys is doing. Bro, Embiid clearly outplayed him, bro.
So can I ask you a question? I agree that Embiid outplayed him. I agree that Embiid outplayed him. I just wanted to ask. So is feeling a presence on the court, is that only through scoring? Can you feel your presence on the court through playmaking and stuff like that?
You can do it through playmaking. I think he was great. Defense. I think he had a lot. I think he had a lot of good passes, but defense, Jokic not there. Joel Embiid was there defensively. You could feel that 100%. On the defense and the scoring side of things, Joel Embiid. I mean, yeah, it was clear as day that he was just a better player in that game.
So is Joker the better player than Embiid just because he could make better?
It sounds like that.
I think do I need to go back to the water? Go ahead, Mars. Go ahead. I need to go back to it. Yeah, go ahead. What Jokic brings to the table brings more water than what Embiid brings to the table. Embiid being that high volume scorer is great. You could say he's a better scorer than Jokic. I think it's debatable, but I think you could say he's the best. Well, simply because of the volume.
Moving on. You know what we can do? We can watch that game. We can watch that game.
Then you got the rebounds in. I think everyone's on the same page.
We can watch that game tonight on.
Everyone's on the same page that Jokic is a better rebounder than Joel Embiid, right? Everyone agrees with that.
It's not
that far. That's fine. Are we all on the same page? Are we all on the same page?
You can say it's not far, but
it's not by far. But
a better rebounder than Joel.
Yes, not by far, but he is.
If you want to say that by quantity,
just getting the ball off the rim.
On both sides. We don't need to break down the damn rebound, bro.
Hold up.
Okay, so and then defensively we agree Embiid clears, right?
Rebounding is a wash. Rebounding is a wash.
I disagree. I think
it's a wash.
Okay, that's fine. But that's fine. Defense, we know. Okay, defense, we know Embiid cleared.
Defense, Jokic is cleared by Embiid. We all are aware.
Oh Jesus.
Then we just look at the playmaking and the scoring and everything offensively. In my humble estimation.
But you just said Embiid could be the better.
Yeah, I said you could, but I'm in totality.
Offensively,
same way defense. Defensive rebounding.
There's more to offense than just.
In my humble estimation, the only thing I would easily concede that Embiid does better offensively is maybe shoot. Maybe.
Let me ask. I'll tell you this. I could use. Yeah, post work. Like what?
No, I disagree. The only thing I could maybe concede willingly is shoot the ball.
Way more of a bully than him, man.
Yeah, so being a bully, you can be.
Being a bully.
I got a
That's not fair.
I have a question.
Yeah, but Shaq's just a better post player than everyone at that point. Not because he's just a better post player. Jokic is. I disagree. I think Jokic to me is the best post player in the NBA. Jokic to me is the best post player in the NBA.
What?
Hey,
let me ask you a question. Jokic is the best first player in the NBA.
Better than Embiid?
Embiid don't even play in the post as much as Jokic. Oh, see now you guys are lured into this post jump shots. No, Jokic is a better post player.
I don't know your name.
Jokic is a better post player, and I would love to hear why Embiid's a better post player.
Real quick, I want to ask a question. I don't know your name, so I'm sorry. Guy in the middle. I'm gonna ask.
I'm not saying he's better.
Because you were talking about Embiid being more of a bully, right? Who's a better post player, Hakeem or Shaq?
Hakeem.
Why? Shaq is more of a bully. By your logic, but what you were saying,
but he don't have the double entendre.
You just said Embiid was a.
Let him answer the question. Let him answer the question.
You can't say nothing like that and then don't let me explain though. He don't have the array of moves that Hakeem had besides being the bully. Hakeem could bully you too. He could bully you and he could step out and hit the post fade. Shaq don't get that. And Embiid has both. He's more of a Hakeem type of player.
So does Jokic.
And that was gonna be my
point. I mean he do.
The thing is, I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know why
Embiid is a bully.
Jokic bullies people too.
How do we know that?
He just doesn't put you in the rim. That's it.
I think you guys are missing the point. Nobody's saying that Jokic can't do this. And G baby, I'm gonna
That's not
address
what
you.
we saying.
G baby, what Kenny's arguing is Embiid, he's more of a bully. One, he has better post moves as well.
I disagree, but
He has
continue.
better footwork too.
I disagree, but continue.
Oh my God! What are y'all watching?
I feel like you guys watch Jokic with your eyes closed. I feel like you guys watch Jokic.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I don't.
I like Embiid.
Embiid's not even in the post as much as he should be. First,
that's his problem.
That's facts.
Jokic is in the post more.
But
okay,
when you
wait.
Get down there, you can't.
Yeah.
So wait,
you can't stop Jokic. You can't stop Jokic in the post.
You rather dictate how many times he goes into the post, like minimal to what Jokic does every single game.
Wait, who has better touch around the rim? Who has better touch around the rim?
The Joker got better durability than him.
There's a bigger sample size. There's a bigger.
Who has better touch around the rim? Who has better touch around the rim between Jokic and Embiid?
I mean, around the rim or around the rim?
Yes, who has either or? Who has better touch in general? Who has better touch?
I say around the paint is Jokic. Around the rim is Embiid.
Oh my! You guys don't. I'm not
doing that. I'm not doing it. No. Hold, wait. Let me defend myself.
We wouldn't be having.
Jokic is easily better around the rim. It's not even close. He is so much better around the rim. It's not close.
Film, bro.
He's so much better around the rim.
Hold up. Wait, Mars. Let me defend myself. We heard Lowe himself. The stats man said the other day that 8 feet away from the basket, Jokic is shooting like crazy percentages. Like so my thing is it's like Jokic is like you said around the rim. When I'm thinking around the rim, I'm thinking like 2-3 feet in or whatever.
Yeah, he's better than Embiid from there as well. Even numbers I test, he's better than Embiid from there as well, and he takes more shots from there. I don't know what he has to do. If he was black, if he dunked on people, this wouldn't be a thing. I'm not looking at the numbers. I know for a fact the numbers are in his favor, but I'm not even looking at the numbers.
Everything we just named. Hold on, wait. Out of everything that you just named, we just went through the whole thing. The whole thing. You capped about the footwork. You capped.
No, I didn't. Why does Embiid have better? You can't just tell me I'm capping.
Man,
that's not Why does he have way better footwork? Why does he have way better footwork?
Jokic is way too slow on his feet. What are you guys talking about?
In the post, Jokic is too slow.
In the post, Dub.
We're not talking about on defense, lateral quickness.
Compared to Embiid, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, cut it out, bro. Stop.
Embiid. The most footwork that I'll say Embiid has better footwork is on that hezzy pull-up. That's where he has better footwork.
So listen.
That's it.
Embiid has better footwork. He has better post.
I disagree.
If you want to give Jokic touch, I'm not even gonna argue with that.
I ain't gonna
That's one out of everything.
The real
that
question
talking about.
How does Embiid have better post moves? That doesn't make sense.
That's also just scoring too, because offensively.
Oh, because he does great. Thanks.
Offensively, everything that
the real question is
Jokic is a much better offensive player.
How don't
Jokic
you
is a
tell
top
me?
10.
You explain yourself.
I would argue he's for sure arguably the best offensive big man. You can give Hakeem that. I'm not gonna really argue. I'm not gonna waste breath on that. But after Hakeem, I'm not gonna lie. You're not telling me a lot of big men that are better than Jokic offensively. I'm not gonna hold you.
How do we know?
No, that's what I'm saying. Offensively,
if they ever
as an offensive player, Jokic is way better than Embiid.
No, because he passes way better than Hakeem.
How do we? One more time, bro.
I think everybody here is
and he's trash on defense. So
everybody's giving you the offensive argument. But everybody's talking about the offense.
But Embiid gets compared to Hakeem more than just the post.
How do we know Denver's getting out of the West?
Everybody will give you guys. Everybody will give you the offensive argument. But that offensive argument, what Kenny alludes to, is the big part of that is the passing. A big part of that.
Of course.
The scoring, but that's what you guys do to try to context y'all narrative. Y'all try to switch to just offensive rather than, you know what, Embiid's a better scorer.
We can argue scoring too. I'm happy to argue scoring with you.
We said he's a better scorer.
I said you can say Embiid's a better scorer simply because of the volume, but then if you start looking at everything, it becomes an argument.
Embiid's a better scorer, but I wasn't about to waste my breath on it.
You could argue it again.
But hold on. It's all arguable, right? All we saying It's everything else is close, and the only thing that supersedes it is playmaking to y'all. And we saying Embiid's defense is better. So why is Joker just much?
Because I think
like,
the gap.
what do you
I
mean?
think the gap between Jokic and Embiid, playmaking, offensive as a whole, is bigger than the gap defensively.
No, it's not. No,
What?
it's
The
not.
production doesn't.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
I
it's
think it
not.
is.
Bro,
Yes, I
the
think it
gap
is.
between the
Yes, I
defense
think
and
it is.
oh no,
Yes,
it's
I
like
think
bro,
it is.
it's nah,
Right.
bro.
I think
It's
that
big.
gap-
It's
the
big.
gap
It's
playmaking-
so big, bro.
When you play all seven,
I think the gap
Okay, all right.
playmaking and passing.
I just think Jokic one way
That's a
value
lie.
is more than
You
Embiid.
just
So I
lied.
gotta chime
Nah,
in.
you
Where's
cap.
where's
You just
Joel
cap.
on
That's true too,
defensive
Mark.
team? Where's Joel on defensive teams, bro? If
I just think what Joel Embiid brings on both sides of the ball is superseded by what Jokic.
and how do
brings
we
on
know
one side
that
of the
Denver is making it out of the West, bro? That's another
We don't
question.
know. We don't know that. It's a
But they
guess.
should.
Denver doesn't want to see the Lakers in the fucking 7-game series.
Oh
Like,
my
what are we
God.
The Lakers got to be teams on a 1-game series.
I absolutely want to see the Lakers.
Time
That's
out.
right.
We was through
Time
with
out,
this.
That's
brother.
right.
I
You
gotta,
said
I
that.
gotta,
That's
I
my
gotta
man.
get some new guests up here, bro. Kenny, Primo,
That's my
Lee.
man.
Appreciate you guys for being up here,
I'm
bro.
gonna be on Twitch tonight, man.
My
Like
dude
y'all
ain't
catch me
even
there,
was
bro.
up
Like,
here.
I'm
Look
out.
at him. He been chilling the whole time.
Chilling
Yes,
the
he
whole time.
froze. He
Yep.
froze. But nah, y'all be
Why you have to lie
easy.
about that, bro?
Salute to y'all, bro. Peace.
I'm not lying about nothing.
All right,
The
salute,
gap,
man.
the gap
This
between
is
the defense
hilarious.
is ginormous.
That
It's like
is
it's
crazy.
ridiculous.
That is crazy. Yo, I'm gonna head out too, but
Yep.
yo, shout out to all of you guys. All right.
Fire, bro.
All
Peace.
right, babies.
Gonna get to some of these super chats. I'm gonna be a hypocrite with Kyrie because I have a Luka agenda, but stop defending Kyrie's dumb decisions. He never makes dumb decisions. Durant Falls. KD to Boston this summer.
Been there, done that.
I'm not sure how they would be able to pull that off. I'm not gonna hold you.
Jaylen
Objective
Brown.
anime analysis. When's the last time an elite center won a chip? Shaq? Tim Duncan? Oh no,
Yeah, if you count Tim Duncan as a center, then it's Tim Duncan.
He's not a
don't.
center. He's a power forward first.
I mean, I call him a power forward.
Tim Duncan played the center for like half of his career, so you can consider him a center.
AD played the 5 against Miami.
And that.
So is AD a 5?
If y'all count AD as a 5, then it's AD.
Okay. Cool. King Cat, panel, be honest. Do y'all watch Jokic?
I don't know if that's directed at the Jokic.
I don't know if anybody. I don't
Hey,
even know if
occasionally.
directed that. Yo, how do you guys feel about this Jokic conversations and Joel Embiid? What you guys touch on this real quick?
First of all, Jokic, I mean, the gap really isn't that big, but the last dude was capping when he was like, the gap between Jokic and Embiid's playmaking is bigger than the gap between Joel's defense.
Yeah,
Joel
that's big
and,
cap.
that was cap. That was so cap.
That's
You
big
know what I'm
cap.
saying? I agree with Mars though. People sleep on Jokic's footwork. Jokic's footwork in the post goes crazy. We look at the numbers, you know what I'm saying? It does look good. But like for me, just watching him play basketball, like Embiid, just the way he can score, you know what I'm saying? He can turn around on both shoulders, you know what I'm saying, with a fadeaway. He's very good at that. He's very good in triple threat. I think he has a better triple threat than Jokic. But I also agree to the point he does need to be in the post more because I believe that if he was in the post more, he can show that he can do more. But as far as right now, I think their post game is pretty close. But I just feel like Jokic needs to do better on defense. You know what I'm saying? Even just watching the games, I feel like he can do all the things he can do offensively because of the breaks that he takes on defense, and also like you know what I'm saying the skill gap defensively is just not even close, bro. Like, I don't even know why you even said that, bro. That was crazy.
I don't think the skill gap offensively, as far as passing and playmaking, is close either. But hey, at the very least, you can say the gap.
You said in comparison to
At
the
the
gap.
very
in comparison to
yeah. So at the very least, you can say the gap is equal. At the very least,
it's not even, bro.
Yes, it is.
Like that would be saying that Joel Embiid is a below average passer when he's not, bro. And Jokic,
That's a
for
fact.
his size and for his position,
he
he's
can.
not.
He can.
And compared to Embiid,
No,
defense,
it's not. That's
crazy.
not the same. That's not the same because Jokic is the best passing big man ever. Embiid is not the best defensive big man ever. That's why the gap is arguably equal. Because you're
but
comparing
Embiid's
Embiid's
not-
passing. If Embiid's passing is average, we're comparing that to the best passing big man we've ever seen. If Jokic's defense is slightly below average, some people would say average, but let's say slightly below average. We're not comparing him to Hakeem's defense. We're comparing him to Embiid, who is a good to maybe on his day great defender. So if we're comparing a 10 playmaking passing in Jokic to a 5 for Embiid, we're comparing a 4 defense for Jokic to an 8 for Embiid. I'm not saying that's how I would do it, but I'm saying that's why you could argue that at worst at an equal gap. That's why I guess it makes sense.
But
I'm
honestly,
just not saying that's not my argument. I'm just saying that's why.
I'm about to say, since that's not your argument, I definitely wouldn't agree to that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that should be a bias. You know what I'm saying? To say, I think Jokic is a great passing big man, but to say he's the greatest passing big man ever, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he has more to prove.
Who's better? Who's
I
better?
feel like he has more to prove. You know what I'm saying? So for him to claim that.
So it's
title.
a
I'm not saying he
longevity
doesn't
point.
have
So it's a
to-
So it's a longevity thing?
Come out. Let me explain. Before y'all jump down my throat. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I feel like he has more to prove, you know what I'm saying, with his skill. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have great skills, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he has more to prove to say, okay, yeah, I can say I'm the best passing big man ever. You know what I'm saying? Has his passing led to deep playoff runs, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that yet, but I feel like skill-wise, I do agree that his passing is a 10, but I still don't, you know what I'm saying, agree that that gap is bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Ask a question real quick?
Especially right before you ask that question, I just want to point it out. Especially Joel's defense today is more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Especially in today's era. But all right, go ahead.
So when you say more to prove, and
Yeah.
I want you to kind of elaborate on that because you say
Hello?
he has more to prove. Does he need to throw a flashy or pass?
Hello?
Does he need to like
No.
what do you mean by more to prove? That's what I'm asking. What do you mean? Like
it
what
needs
do
to
you want
translate
to see
to,
him
it needs
do?
to translate to him making a more deeper playoff run. You know what I'm saying? Best passing big man ever, you know what I'm saying? Like he has to be able to, you know what I'm saying, prove that on the biggest stage to me. That's just my personal opinion.
So
you know
what
I'm saying?
does
You can agree or
passing?
disagree on
So
that.
so the biggest stage. What is the difference between him making the same type of plays in, let's say, round 2, as opposed, like in your opinion, or like an NBA Finals? Because obviously the furthest he's gotten is Western Conference Finals. Like, do you think like if he gets to the NBA Finals, you think he's gonna crumble and all of a sudden his passing's not gonna be the same? Like that's what you need to see if his passing is the same with higher pressure, I guess. Like what do you mean?
I
by
mean,
that?
yeah, of course. I mean, that's what any player. I feel like we should judge all players like that. Like, isn't that what you know what I'm saying? We do this shit for.
So you think there's a possibility where, let's say, Jokic makes the NBA Finals this year?
Mm-hmm.
You think there's a possibility where he's just all of a sudden gonna forget how to pass and forget and like?
But it's not. But it's not even just that.
Like
you know what I'm saying? Because passing goes into a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? Because if they key in on his teammates and they don't make shots, that doesn't mean he didn't make the right pass. You know what I'm saying? It's all it all depends on how you play. It's context. You know what I'm saying? I'm not using just numbers.
Can I ask my question now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Who's better than him?
You said who's better than him all time?
Yeah.
Yes, who's a better big man at passing the ball? Who's better?
No one.
Nobody.
Yeah,
nobody, bro.
So then he's the best passing big man all time.
But my thing is, but here's my thing though. It's the value, you know what I'm saying, that we place on it. You know what I'm saying? He's a great passing big man, yes. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like in order for him to, you know what I'm saying, really, you know what I'm saying, create that gap between him and Embiid, you know what I'm saying, as we're staying on subject, I'm comparing him to Embiid. You know what I'm saying? As far as staying on that subject, I feel like for him to create that gap, if he does it, like if he's able to bring the Nuggets, you know what I'm saying, to a higher level, and he can compete in the playoffs, then, you know what I'm saying, it'll create the bigger gap compared to Embiid for me.
Go ahead, Morris.
Who's brought their team further in the playoffs?
I was just about that. Yes.
I mean, further than Embiid, but I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, as far as the gap between him and Embiid, you're trying to say that he's the greatest passing big man ever. You know what I'm saying? If he's the greatest passing big man ever, I feel like he'll accomplish more. You know what I'm saying? I said before, you said that skill-wise, he may be. You know what I'm saying?
I have two questions. Okay. Question one: who plays better in the playoffs between Jokic and Embiid?
I mean, obviously Jokic, only because Embiid's been hurt though. In a lot of playoff series, Embiid is not because, you know what I'm saying, actually skill-wise, because he's been hurt.
Can I ask question 2 now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so let's say you would agree, right, that Jokic, the reason the Nuggets haven't made it further in the playoffs is A, because of injuries, and B, because Jokic's defense gets exploited, right, in the playoffs.
Yes.
Is he here? Can you hear me?
I think he said yes. I think it's
froze.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So if that's the case, if that's the case, let's say the same things happen. Jokic has the same defensive weaknesses; they get exposed, but he's still passing the same way. How does that make him any less of a passer because his defensive flaws are the reasons he failed, not his passing flaws? Does that make sense?
Okay, well, I see.
It doesn't.
There we go.
Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't hear it. Like something happened where it just dropped back down.
Okay. So you would agree that the reason Denver failed in the playoffs in previous years is A, because of injuries, and B, because of Jokic's defensive flaws, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's say Jokic continues to have these defensive flaws and the Denver can't make it all the way to the finals, or they can't win in the playoffs. Does that mean Jokic's passing is less valuable, or teams just won because of his flaws defensively, not his passing?
It'll be less valuable in the comparison to Embiid, because say if this year Philly goes far, you know what I'm saying, and Embiid doesn't get injured, he plays at the high level defensively, and you know what I'm saying, he keeps, you know what I'm saying, about his scoring average or better, you know what I'm saying, and it leads them farther. How can we say in comparison to Jokic and Embiid that Jokic's passing is more valuable than what Embiid brings to the table then? You know what I'm saying?
At this point, I'm referring to you saying you have to see more for him to be the greatest passer of all time. You have to see it in the playoffs.
But I'm talking about saying he's the greatest passer of all time in that argument to compare the gap between him and Embiid. That's what I'm referring to.
But as of today, would you say Jokic is over Embiid because he's done more in the playoffs?
Yeah, probably all time. Yeah, but as far as right now, today, I would say Embiid is definitely a better player than Jokic as of right now.
Hey, yo, Dub, can you bring up my other account? I've got my camera on now.
Oh, okay, I see you. Gotcha.
I would say, if I can chime in, I like Embiid a little better, only because from my center position, I like what Embiid does as far as scoring and dominance over what Jokic does as a playmaker from my center position. At my center position, I want somebody who's going, I'll dump it down low, and they're going to score the rock, or they're going to set up a pass for somebody else, which is fine if they get double teamed. But my problem with Jokic is his aggression and taking over these matchups against somebody when he has a one-on-one advantage. That's my issue with Jokic. I think he lacks in dominance and aggression sometimes when he needs to be more dominant as a player.
Give me 1 second, Tyson. Lo, I think your mic. Say something real quick.
Yo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, your mic is wild right now.
My bad.
No, you good.
That's my issue with.
I heard you breathing. And everything.
So when is, like, I'm just asking, what times have there been where Jokic hasn't been aggressive enough in games and big games where
I
he's
just
let his
think
team down?
Like, he has great numbers, I give you that, but I just think in some fourth quarters and crucial situations, he'll make the right pass. The same issue sometimes we have with LeBron. He'll make the right pass and get a shot that's not going to go in for his teammates. Sometimes as a dominant player, you have to decide my shot is better than a Porter's open three or whoever's open shot or whatever have you. And that's fine if you want to play that way. If that's fine if you want to play that way, but as far as Embiid, he's taking on a challenge of being a scorer. Like, I'm going to score, and if I get double teamed, if I get this and I get that, then I'll make that pass instead of Jokic just seeing somebody open and making that pass. You feel me? Does that make sense or no?
But it makes sense. So is that based on? Because when I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking in the playoffs, I can't recall a time where Jokic hasn't been aggressive enough, and that's been a problem. In the regular season, you could argue that Embiid game, a couple of weeks ago, sure.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
If the argument is regular season games, kind of losing me. Because in the playoffs, I haven't seen this.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
Well, if you want to, I have to watch the games over again and really, but that's my take that I take away from when I watch Embiid. In the playoffs, he's been semi-aggressive. They just didn't have the horses last year with the injuries. I understand that. But we have to see this year. If it happens this year, I mean, like you said, we're still writing the legend of Jokic.
I like why I've started here with the hand.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
what
they're saying doesn't make any sense.
Started.
Oh, my I just saw you got cooked on Gridiron. I didn't see that.
Well, what do you have to say? Hold on. Lo just got here. Lo, what do you have to say, bro?
Go ahead, Lo.
The argument that y'all are using is like more applicable to Embiid than it is to Jokic because Embiid has not made it further in the playoffs. So if you're arguing,
you have to factor in injuries, though.
Yeah, you have to factor in injuries with Jokic as well. His teammates have been injured. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so even when Embiid was healthy and he was there, he still didn't make it that deep. So if your argument is that the reason why that we have to question Jokic's passing abilities or the value of it is because he hasn't made it deep in the postseason, which is literally just one more round to make it to the finals, by that logic, then everything that Embiid does is also questionable as well. Correct?
I mean, but the only time that Embiid's been fully healthy in the playoffs and he hasn't made it is when he lost to that fucking Kawhi shot, and nobody was beating Toronto that year once, Warriors got injured. Like, it was a wrap.
But it still should be questioned, right?
He was healthy in 2020 and got swept by Boston.
He was healthy in 2020, and he didn't perform that well either.
Ben Simmons was, but
I thought that was the like.
That's what you talking about 2020 against the Celtics?
I thought he got swept.
Yeah, he got swept, but I think I
was
remember
fine. He was fine.
he played pretty well though. He played pretty well.
No, but just Lowe's arguing. Like if you
Lowe's arguing the part of the playoffs.
Now look at the Bucks play.
He shot sub 46% from the field and 25% from three against that Celtics team. Okay,
he was kind again double team the whole series.
And that's fine. So does Jokic.
Yeah, 30.
That's
double team against the Celtics.
Oh no, I'm on the. I know.
No. I get it. I'm just saying, but that's what happens when you're not as good as a playmaker as someone, because you get doubled, you suck. That's what happens, right? So again, I'm asking the question.
He didn't.
No. You can't make proper passes. No, it's both. You can't make proper passes. You can't find your open teammates because you never actually worked on it. But y'all are calling someone dominant and the other person not dominant, even though both of them put up amazing numbers, and one of them, if you're critical of one not making deep postseason runs, when the other one also hasn't made a deep postseason run either, if anything, they've made not you, but he is. So
wait. Time out. I never said that. I never said that.
But this has to go because Mars called Jokic the greatest passing center of all time, and then he said that Jokic has to prove more. Why does he have to prove more to prove that he's the greatest passer of all time?
Listen to my whole argument. Okay, I can't let y'all continue this because y'all.
Also, I don't think Embiid.
What do you mean? I'm not twisting it. That's what you said.
Hold on. Let him.
I don't think Embiid played.
Let me correct y'all real quick so I can argue the valid points.
He played terrible in that Toronto
series. First of all, I never said Jokic wasn't dominant, and I never said that Embiid was dominant. So let's cut that. I never said that. I never said that.
I said that. Okay.
Second, I never said, Jokic has to prove he has to be the passing big. I said Mars used the argument, right? He said, I'm not using this argument, but people use the argument as Jokic being the best passing big man of all time, compared to Joel Embiid's passing, as far as the gap between Joel Embiid's defense and Jokic's defense. And I said, to prove that he's the greatest passing big man of all time, to make that argument logical, to create that gap, I feel like Jokic needs to prove himself in the highest stage. Like if Jokic proves himself in the highest stage, as the big man, it'll make that argument, and that particular argument, it'll make that gap, as big as what they're trying to say it is. That's all I was saying.
Okay,
and I also agree with Mars. Time out. And I also agree with Mars that that Jokic is a great in the post. He has great footwork. That underrated man's footwork, and that Embiid needs to go more to the post. I said all those points, but y'all nitpicking right now. So
I'm not. Let's go back to the point of you saying that Jokic would have to provide evidence of a deep postseason run to prove his dominance. That's essentially as a passer.
To prove his dominance, to prove that the gap, because the argument was the gap between
to prove the gap. Fair enough. Okay, to prove the gap. Okay, would that logic then also apply to Embiid to prove that his gap defensively is wide enough to it was the same logic, bro. Right. It's exact same logic. Right. The gap that you're talking about for Embiid's defense being so much wider that it makes him better than Jokic, he would also have to prove that by your logic.
I didn't say that's what made him better than Jokic. I said the gap is not that big. I just feel like, people say, oh, Jokic is so much better than Embiid. It's not true. I feel like it's pretty close. And I feel like, right now, Embiid is playing at a better level than Jokic.
Why?
All the time.
Why?
I feel like Jokic is better than Embiid.
No.
I said
why
all these points.
Right now? Why?
Well, first of all, right now, he proved that a couple games ago. I feel like he proved that a couple games ago, first of all.
So we're doing head-to-head matchups?
And then for two.
Okay, Kyrie's better than
Time out.
He should be.
For two. The only thing that I can say that Jokic is doing better than Embiid right now this season is his efficiency and, of course, his passing. Everything else, Embiid is doing better. I even was on a chat with Elder, and we were going over the stats, going over the season. You know what I'm saying? He's doing everything better than Jokic this season, except for effective field goal percentage and passing. And he's doing 5% better.
Rebounding.
And time and rebounding. And he's shooting 5% better.
It's the same. I
from
think they
3-point
both
range.
average 11. I think they do both average 11.
He's shooting 5%
No,
better. from
he
3-point
averages like
range.
9. He averages like 9 rebounds. Embiid averages like 9 rebounds.
Embiid averages 9 rebounds.
Yes,
No, he averages 10.
Or
He averages 10.
10.
My eyes tell me Jokic is a better rebounder.
And also, Jokic is just a better rebounder as well. Like we
Yeah,
can just,
also, too,
we can
like-
acknowledge that.
Like,
Yeah,
what
I
make-
never
what-
argued that point either. Y'all try
So
to make
what-
me the fucking Jokic hater and shit.
So what?
I
wanted to ask. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Love. I'm sorry.
Oh, I couldn't tell because your thing was frozen. My bad. Okay, so again, whatever gap it is, how are you justifying that gap if you're claiming that the gap for Jokic needs more evidence? How are you justifying the gap for Embiid, regardless of what it is? Because rebounding, it's Jokic. Playmaking is Jokic. Efficiency, it's Jokic. Volume scoring, yes, Embiid, and he's also very efficient. So I don't want to take that away from him. And defense, yes. Defense, yes. So, but whatever gap you think that it favors Embiid to make him a better player, by your own logic, he would have to then prove it in the postseason. And out of everyone, really in the top 10, Embiid is actually one of the few players who has never been able to carry over his production from the regular season to the postseason. He's never
but you're arguing. Here's my thing. You're arguing the point that, you know what I'm saying, that would make the gap between Embiid and Jokic better. I never said there was a big gap. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to make. I feel like everybody's on the extreme. Everybody says, oh, the gap between Jokic and Embiid is this big. The gap between Embiid and Jokic is big. I'm arguing something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all twisting the point, you know what I'm saying, somewhere where it don't need to go.
I said when it comes to the gap between Jokic and Embiid, I said what makes me put Jokic over him is that I feel the gap between playmaking and passing is bigger than the gap defensively. They're still closest players. I don't really care if people want to take Embiid. Like, I really don't care. But I like every time I hear an argument for Embiid, it's immediately to the defense. I don't think he's a better scorer. I just think he has more volume. And isn't he averaging like 10 or 11 free throws a game? Like, he's shooting them at 85%, cool, but it's still 11 free throws a game. Like, that's a lot. I think that's second or third in the league. He's one of the 4 players.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Baby, it's damn near 12. It's damn near 12.
Yeah, like
points to points. Points to points.
Point to point.
Points to points. But that's what I'm saying. No, but that's why I'm not trying to discredit the free throws, but I'm saying, like, yeah, he has more of the volume. But I still think Jokic is a better scorer. I think he's more efficient. It's just Jokic ain't like Jokic. One, he's never going to be that guy to average like 30 something because of his playmaking. He's never going to be that guy. If he because even when he's like when he is getting into the points where he's like getting like 30 plus and all that, he doesn't have the same amount of assists. Those are the games where he's actually being more aggressive. So I feel like if he was aggressive like Embiid was, because I don't disagree with that either, they'd average the same thing. So then at that point. Right. Like that's where my only thing is the playmaking and the passing.
I have a question.
It's a stylistic issue to me. It's a stylistic issue. Do you like Embiid's aggression and his volume of scoring, or do you like Jokic's playmaking and his ability to get his teammates open shots? That's the issue here. But like you said, if I'm starting a team, I want Embiid because you know what he's going to bring you. If I'm starting a team with Jokic, I'm relying on 3-point shooting. I'm relying on all these other things for that team to be successful. So that's my issue. That I would prefer Embiid's style of play.
Do you not need 3-point shooting and other stuff to be successful with the Sixers as well?
Yeah. You would need that.
Of course, but what I'm saying is, of course, you need a team to win. Period. I'm saying Jokic is more reliant upon that than Embiid. Would you agree with that?
No. Couldn't you argue that Joel Embiid needs a primary playmaker like a James Harden to thrive more than?
Well, he was thriving without James Harden, though.
He had Ben
still needed a
Simmons.
playmaker.
He was thriving when Ben Simmons wasn't there.
this season,
he was thriving.
he was not.
In
No,
2020,
he
last
he
season
got
before-
bounced out in the first round when Ben Simmons wasn't there because he didn't have anybody to set him
Oh,
up.
you're talking about postseason. Well, we're talking about
There's also the argument that the reason Embiid's not in
I
the
wasn't
post
talking
more
about
is
playoffs
because when you double him in the post, he actually is not very good passing out of the double team in the
So
post.
when you guys were talking about thriving, what I was gonna say to bring that up is that before James, because Mars said James Harden immediately, before James Harden came in that season, last season, bro, Joel Embiid with Tyrese Maxey was still playing at an MVP caliber level. So in my opinion, that's still thriving.
But you could argue the same thing with Jokic when they didn't have
talk about
the
Jokic
ball.
spacing last
100%. No, and I'm with you on there. It works both ways.
Okay.
It works both ways.
Before,
Yeah.
let the gentleman go. But like, bro, like last year, they didn't have great floor spacing around Jokic. Jamal Murray and MPJ were gone. Outside of really Will Barton and maybe Monte Morris, everybody else was like mediocre 3-point shooters. The Nuggets last year, they were like an average 3-point. They were average 3-point shooting team across the board, and they were still finishing like top 5 or top 6 on offense. So to sit there and say that he's relying on them, no, he's not. Last year he had mediocre 3-point shooting.
Well, who was getting the other points, and how were they getting them?
Aaron Gordon was averaging like 15 or 16 points a game, and most of those were probably off of Jokic passes. Cuts.
Yeah.
Like that's what most of it was.
That's what it was. It wasn't Jokic just passing the 3-point shooters. Jokic gets him off of cuts, gets him off of dump balls. He gets him off of handoffs.
Sure.
So he's not relying on 3-point shooting. It was only 2 quality 3-point shooters around him last year, and they still had basically a top 5 offense. So no, he's not relying.
And they were only 3 games under the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Sixers. They were
All right, I'm looking at it right now. Will Barton 37% from the 3. Monte Morris 39.5. Aaron Gordon 33%. Jeff Green 31%, Austin Reeves 34%, Austin Rivers 34%, Campazzo 30%,
And they were shooting how many threes a game?
3, 2. The team as a whole literally finished 16th in 3-point percentage and 13th in 3-point attempts. The team itself was literally like an average 3-point shooting team. They were league average.
Where was the offense rate?
6th, but they were close to 5th. Like they, if I'm not mistaken, nearly tied. I'm gonna double check it.
Numbers, man.
Yeah, they were 0.1 off from being 5th in offensive rating. 0.1.
I don't care who you guys have. I'm not gonna lie, Jokic or Embiid. I just don't like the capping sometimes. Like
facts.
The capping that Mars was doing with the scoring, I'm not with that. The capping that Lowe's saying with
because I said Jokic has better footwork. That's capping.
But I said that's not cap. That's not cap. Because
Jokic has better. I think Jokic has good footwork. I think that Jokic has great footwork, but I just think that Embiid is better. But
how's that cap? How's that cap?
I think it's cap. I just.
Oh wait, you said I capped on what again?
Yeah, the rebounding is a wash.
How?
The rebounding is a wash.
Dub, there's no way you can watch Embiid and think he's the same level of rebounder as Jokic.
It's a wash. No. It's a wash. It's just Embiid plays more on the perimeter than Jokic, so he just doesn't have as many opportunities. The rebounding, though, it's not that far off.
What's the offense?
Where does Jokic play? Wait, where does Jokic play?
Jokic plays more in the post and more in paint than Embiid. Right? That we just been criticizing him the whole entire time about him not being in the paint. So we literally just talked about this. So y'all acting as if this isn't a thing.
Even if I were to give you that would only impact their offensive rebounding, not their defensive rebounding.
No, their defensive rebounding because Embiid is asked to do more on defense. He's contesting shots. He's away from the basket doing more stuff.
What?
We're lying.
Don't try to come in and save him now. Don't try to come in and save him this time.
We're lying. No, you're lying.
No.
Hey, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Oh, that's a lie.
Jokic is out the paint on defense way more than Embiid.
Way more.
Way more.
No. You want to know how? No. You want to know how I know that's not true? Because every time we talk about the playoffs, what do y'all say? Jokic gets killed to pick and roll. They're not pick and rolling him on the paint. They're pick and rolling him on the perimeter. That he doesn't switch on the ball to the perimeter. He's extra more out of the
in the postseason against certain matchups, sure, but on a year-to-year basis, bro, they're about removed from the paint. For the most part, it's similar to one another. Embiid, y'all acting as if like Embiid is this switchable big who's out on the perimeter like he's Bam Adebayo. No, he's not.
Saying that. I'm talking.
I still think even in the regular season, Embiid's in the paint more than Jokic because Philly play drop with Embiid. Jokic is hedging screens. He's playing more of a roaming role on defense than Embiid is simply because you can't play drop with Jokic.
So you telling me that Jokic catches the screen,
Embiid is closer to the rim on defense,
and he runs to the paint and gets the rebounds. That's what you're telling me.
I'm saying he's either playing in the corner. They'll pre-switch and keep Jokic in the corner on probably the weakest offensive player.
As soon as the shot goes,
or when he gets brought into the ball screen, he's hedging the screen to try to trap the ball handler, and then he's recovering behind the plate. He's still out of the paint more than Embiid. Embiid plays closer to the rim. Embiid plays defense like Shaq used to. That's what he does.
Yeah, Embiid is not. Yeah, he.
I have a question. But by that argument, right? Because y'all breaking down the game, right? And so I just want to say, like, I'm not trying to base it off head-to-head matchup, but head-to-head matchups do matter. So if you watch the game between Embiid and Jokic, right? Did y'all watch the game?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to confirm. Did y'all watch the game?
Yeah.
All right. So at the parts where they was guarding each other and things of that nature, what happened?
When was that? When in the second half? When was Embiid guarding him?
In the second half,
was that PJ Tucker?
In the second half, it was PJ Tucker.
It was PJ Tucker guarding.
Yeah, it was PJ Tucker. I'm talking about when was they guarding each other?
In the first half. No. In the first half.
Because I have a point.
In the first half, ironically enough, Embiid struggled. So in the second half, and why did further. I just think he had a bad half. I don't think it was any particular.
Hey, Jokic stripped him on that hezzy pull up twice.
I think he just stripped it twice. But ironically enough, talking about the positioning of where they are defensively, because PJ Tucker was defending Jokic, Embiid could just sag off and just roam around and get rebounds. Ironically enough. So even with the logic of what we're saying here, in the second half, when Embiid was able to be stupendous, yeah, fair enough. He was cooking Jokic on the perimeter, face-up game, everything. But on the other side of the floor, PJ Tucker was defending him, not Embiid, and Embiid was coming to send help or was able to roam around and then grab rebounds, and just because he was able to move around freely. So they really didn't match up with one another in the second half.
The question is, how is PJ Tucker allowed to guard Jokic on a one-on-one basis? It wasn't. No. Hold on. Let me finish. I understand it's with help. It's with double teams coming. But did you think PJ Tucker would be able to do the same thing to Embiid?
I've seen other sitters shut down Embiid.
No, I answered the question.
Yes.
You think PJ Tucker can guard Embiid?
If PJ Tucker is going to be Embiid and a weak side help defender,
that's even worse.
Like for like Brook Lopez. If PJ Tucker is defending Embiid like he was with Milwaukee, and then Brook Lopez can come and send help, yes, he would also struggle. Yes,
and by the way,
you can think that, but then we can go into playoffs where he's matched up against teams like that, and he struggled. Y'all keep saying this thing like we don't have evidence of Embiid struggling. Embiid is struggling mightily.
What example was that?
I think when
Miami. Don't use
No. I think against Boston, it was Al Horford was sending help, and it was like Grant Williams or Al Horford was defending him, and somebody's
Grant Williams is a big boy. Don't compare Grant Williams to PJ Tucker. First of all,
what is PJ Tucker?
Wait.
No, wait. They might be the same size.
I don't think they're the same size. Height-wise and size-wise.
Let me double check.
They might.
I'm not gonna lie, but Embiid did struggle in 2018. I believe he faced the Celtics. 2019 against the Toronto Raptors.
And in 2020.
2020, I don't even consider him struggling like that, mainly because it's like I still think he had a pretty good series. I still think he had a pretty good series against the Boston Celtics, despite not having that much help.
They started Daniel Tice against that.
Daniel Tice 6'10", 11.
Also, just to confirm,
no, he's not.
Also,
Daniel
too,
like 6'7", 6'8".
But to confirm,
the white boy.
Grant Williams.
But you love numbers, right, Lo? You love numbers, right, Lo? Would you say that 30 points on true shooting of 60% is that bad? Is that struggle?
Oh, no. He didn't struggle because he got to the free throw line excessively, but his actual accuracy from the field.
Points is points. Yes. You literally just said points is points.
Oh, I wasn't. I'm
That's
not gonna criticize him for getting to the free throw line because the free throw line is a free throw line, and that's fair enough. But to sit there and say like he couldn't get off as he normally does against a team that defends him like that, he couldn't. He had several
Well, that
games.
was the
They were
first
just games.
time. Actually, that was the first time in like his career where he actually had a postseason performance like that. So that was the start of the trend. The next season,
you just sat there and said in 2019 he struggled though.
Yeah, 2019 he was bad.
So you can't say that's the first time.
No. This was the first time in Joel Embiid's career where he was starting to take off. He was showing, you know what?
Oh, I see.
Throughout
I
the
see.
first
I see.
two
I see.
seasons, yeah, the first 2 seasons of his
prime
career,
was
he was rocky. But now, since he's entering his prime in 2020, now you can see with the lack of help, he's improving. He's getting better against the Boston Celtics.
And so against Atlanta, you just think he was hurt.
Atlanta, he played great, but he was hurt, and he played great on a torn meniscus.
Yeah, I would.
So real quick,
It's so funny what y'all call great for him, and then Jokic is like putting.
I think Jokic played great though. I'm not gonna lie. I think Jokic played great as well.
Okay,
I think
to address the earlier thing, PJ Tucker, according to this, is 6'5", 245 pounds. Grant Williams is 6'6", 236 pounds.
I thought he was bigger.
And
than
Tyson,
me.
Daniel
They look pretty much the same size to me.
They look bigger than me for some reason, but okay.
Daniel Tice is 6'8".
6'8",
He's at 6'10".
right. Okay.
Wait, why can't we bring up Miami? Because he was hurt.
Because I watched that series, bro. I looked at and I made a bet with Euro, right? I made a bet with Euro. I was like, bro, I don't even want to take this bet because I'm like, Joel Embiid is just hurt, bro. I said he's not even the same.
Okay.
I was like,
This
he's
is the
really
issue
hurt.
with Embiid. The sample size we can get from the playoffs is so small because he's always hurt. So we end up just drawing from regular season and trying to translate it as well as we can. Because we have maybe 2 series of actual healthy Embiid.
That's what I said as well. Like this story is still being like told. Like we have to see what Embiid does these next few years and what Jokic does the next few years.
Yeah. That's what I said before. It's kind of hard to accurately rank Joel Embiid and see. Like if you want to say that Jokic is better, I don't care about that. I don't think the bar is that far though.
Right.
But we can't really. I agree with Lil Mars. Like we can't accurately depict Joel Embiid because in the postseason, there's always an excuse. He is hurt, he performs, and then he gets hurt. Jokic, at least he's more durable and he's performing in the postseason. You can't say he doesn't perform.
And so
But
that's what I was.
He does
going
get
to
picked
ask.
apart on defense, though.
So that's what I was
that.
going to ask because at what point? Because I believe, and this is just me, Dub. This is a nasty alert, so be prepared. Don't get mad at me.
Okay.
I believe we pick and choose when we want to use injuries to knock certain people and not knock others. I'll give you what do we keep saying about AD? What do we always say? Oh, well, he's always gonna hurt. You can't rely on him. You know, people give Kawhi heat all the time.
It's not that crazy
because he'll sit out and all that stuff, and he instead of playing through certain stuff, he'll sit on a back-to-back or he'll sit 3 games because he a little sore or whatever. So I'm just saying, I'm just asking the question: if you're constantly getting hurt, and when the playoffs start, May, if you constantly getting hurt, May, June, April, you constantly getting hurt. When are we gonna eventually hold that against them? Because we hold it against other people.
I feel that you could. I'm not mad at you for thinking that way, G baby. I'm not. It's not a.
I say, you could, but it's been a couple years since he's been hurt. You know,
Kylie's getting the boot, bro. He's gonna miss the next 3 games. They're finally gonna trade him. It's about time.
Thank God.
Kylie's finally getting the boot.
Why did Embiid struggle against Miami like 2 years ago when y'all had PJ Tucker?
You mean last season?
I mean last season. I'm sorry.
He was hurt. On top of that, I think we set a lot of.
No, not in the playoffs. I'm sorry, in the regular season.
Oh, in the regular season. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's probably.
Because I'm about to look at these shots, and Bam in one of these games did not play. I'm about to look at these shot selections right now, and if he is struggling against PJ Tucker, we have to stop, bro.
But we can handpick some games with Jokic struggling against a guy.
I'm not denying that, but that's what y'all doing. Y'all are handpicking why in the second half.
Put me into
Jokic.
This. Please don't put me into this. Don't put me into this.
It's being handpicked to why he struggled against PJ Tucker in a game in which Bam Adebayo didn't play. Embiid shot 5 for 13 from the field, 1 for 5 from behind the arc, and scored 17 points. So if I watch this, I'm about to watch his shot selection. If PJ Tucker is a reason why he getting clamped up, actually, what's crazy is he only got to the free throw line 6 times. They cut his free throws in half. So if I watch this game, really, it don't really matter because ain't nobody on the team. If Bam ain't there, ain't really nobody on the team who can really defend him anyway. But if I watch this game and if it's PJ Tucker specifically, it's going to be
to piggyback off of that, everybody in the chat talking about, oh, you had an old PJ Tucker stopping Jokic. Keep that same energy. When we go back to
let me read these off real quick from Brian Holiday. I think Jokic versus the Embiid depends mostly on the team composition, but Jokic is a better floor raiser in my opinion. I don't think anybody up here denies that. Right. Who's better? Question mark. Jokic, Murray, MPJ versus Embiid, Harden, and Maxey.
I think Embiid's team is better.
Anybody disagree?
No.
I'm not.
Jamal Murray's back, by the way.
He's coming along.
He dropped that 40
so is Harden though. Harden is coming along too though.
Harden's coming along.
I never doubted James
playoff
Harden.
history.
Oh, we
My
know
only problem with
playoff.
MPJ.
We know Embiid's playoff history.
You know what? Wait, low. Jamal Murray. Last time he was in the playoffs, what was he doing in the playoffs?
Was sensational.
My
God.
So maybe Jamal Murray is the guy to roll the dice with over James Harden. Why not?
Come on now.
So is that what you're saying?
I don't know. That's what Ty's saying.
Right now, you taking Harden or Murray?
No, someone is just.
I think they're actually fairly close. They're fairly close. I would slightly take Harden actually.
Really?
Especially on a secondary option role. I think he should look way better. However, I want y'all to say this so whoever can chop this up can put it on TikTok. So are you saying Dub? No.
I said no. I'm not saying it.
Wow.
I'll say it.
I'm the host.
I'm taking Jamal Murray right now over James Harden. I think the Sixers team is better. Yeah. But if Jamal Murray, look, I know I don't be coming on here talking about basketball a lot anymore. But I've been saying since the offseason, the first 20-25 games, I'm not going to be worried about Jamal. Jokic is going to intentionally get Jamal looks to get him back in the flow. He's going to be inconsistent. He's going to be inefficient. MPJ was doing that a little bit too. After them first 25-30 games, hey, Jokic is going to kind of go back to, playing in the post and just letting the flow happen. And now we get into the All-Star break, which is probably the best time to get hot. And Jamal Murray is starting to hoop. So if we get, all we need is 22 point per game score, Jamal Murray. The one before he tore his ACL. That's all we need. I'm not gonna lie, it's Nuggets in 6 every single round. Nuggets in 6.
Who was 77? Who was 77 last year?
Yurtseven.
Oh man,
Yurtseven. Yurtseven.
Yurtseven was playing well last season though.
Oh man, he's struggling against. Who was that?
I wish we had him now.
I'm gonna see how big
Murray
he is.
over Harden.
Yo, Orlando Robinson, bro. What are you talking about? He's hurt too, though. I'm not gonna hold you.
You taking who? Playoff who?
I'm taking playoff Murray over Harden, but I'm taking Maxey over MP.
Got you.
Yeah, because MPJ's shot selection is horrible.
Off topic. Where do y'all rank Alex English in the 80s? I'm gonna start off with you, bro.
I have no idea. It's crazy.
Yeah, Alex English. I mean, he's one of the best. He's one of the best scorers in the 80s.
Jesus.
He was a dog.
Best scorer, elite defender as well. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
up there.
Yeah.
Top 10.
I'm not gonna know one of those Denver teams an elite defender, man. I'm not gonna know one of those Denver teams.
So he struggled against Deadman. Damn, that's tough.
Oh my god.
All right. Is Alex English top 10 in the 80s?
I had to
Sure, I'll just say sure because he played for my team.
You'd have to go through it.
You got Magic
off the top
Johnson,
of my head, I don't think so.
Larry Bird. Let me chill.
In the 80s.
Let me chill.
What are you talking about? Oh, I'm about to say. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas, Moses Malone. When did Moses Malone retire?
Come on.
Moses played the 80s.
So we're including Moses Malone over Alex English?
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume so.
Right, 6.
6. Who else? Dominique Wilkins?
No.
Yes.
So Alex English is above Dominique Wilkins.
I'm not a
I don't know about that
guy, but
sure. I'll just why not? Why?
For the
well, I think he probably still would be top 10 though. I think he'd be probably top 10.
I would say
if we get the Dominique Wilkins, then there's probably not that many names after that where we can confidently claim are better than Alex English.
Charles Barkley's better than Alex English.
Carmelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carmelo.
Oh no, he was in 1986 though. So.
Oh, okay, yeah,
it's
he's
different.
the
That's
back
different.
end of the
You put Jordan Hakeem.
Oh yeah,
Jordan in his second year was putting 37, bro. I'm putting Jordan.
Okay,
Hakeem
what
Olajuwon in his
was
second season.
I mean, what was Carmelo doing?
Charles Barkley in
It
89,
was
90
14.
should've been
It
the
was
MVP.
15, 21, 27, 29.
Yeah, and
31.
Carmelo,
In those 4 years.
And
He
Carmelo
played damn near every game.
Yeah, why not?
He only had 2 seasons. He only had like 2 seasons. I would say is probably definitively better than Alex English though.
What about
in
Dr.
the
J?
80s?
What about Dr. J?
Dr. J, I think could be in there. Dag, he not top 10 then.
That's fine.
Kareem is Kareem in there?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That's fraud.
That's you guys disrespecting the all-time leading scorer in NBA history is crazy.
I'm not disrespecting LeBron.
Not for long.
I'm not disrespecting LeBron.
Not for long.
Not for
Who's talking
long,
about him?
baby.
Who's talking about him?
That's what you just said. The all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, it's Kareem.
Stop.
Not after tonight.
Not for long.
Not those stake points.
On Thursday.
Nothing's guaranteed. We don't know if LeBron's gonna break that record. Nothing's guaranteed.
That's on Thursday.
He's definitely breaking the record.
Jokic.
I'm gonna tell you right now, LeBron could break his leg and he's still gonna find a way to put up enough points to pass.
Facts.
He's
doing it against the Bucks. I promise you.
Yeah,
100%. He's not doing it against the
How many?
He was
36.
30.
He's dropping a good 30. He's dropping 30 today.
He might get 36 tonight.
LeBron will drop 30. LeBron will drop 35 and miss free throws.
And miss the game, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll catch y'all.
Check out. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a close game. No, y'all got it.
Oh, y'all got that. I'm not scoring a single thing.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
D,
not
go
doing
off
it.
real quick. Go ahead.
Hit 44. If Nuggets don't make it out the West, Jokic not top 5.
I guess it's like so. LeBron at top 5.
LeBron might be top 5. Shoot.
Yeah,
Embiid not top 5.
Depends on the performance.
We shall see. We shall see.
I guess Devin Booker was top 5 2 years ago.
Oh my God. Embiid is MJ. Jokic is LeBron.
That's cap.
What?
No, he's saying that because of I'm sorry, again.
He's saying MJ. He's saying Embiid's the better scorer and defender.
More aggressive.
Okay,
Because he was comparing Jokic and Embiid earlier. Like Embiid is probably gonna go get his shot more, be more aggressive. Where Jokic is gonna make the pass, make the right play and stuff.
Right.
And that was the argument between Jordan and LeBron for a minute. Right. LeBron is the guy who's gonna make the play, and Jordan is like, nah, I'm gonna win it. Like that. That's
I'm on Jokic's side then now. I've been swayed.
Just quick question for y'all. Okay, if y'all abide by that, then so Curry was never the best player in the NBA to y'all.
Oh my God, I don't think.
I mean, low key, I don't think he ever was the best until like.
Yeah.
I don't think he was ever the best.
It was definitely deep because he wasn't the best in 2016. I don't care about that unanimous MVP. He wasn't better than LeBron in 2016.
Me too.
After that, it's kind of like then you gotta maybe after that. I can't give you a year, but
so really, y'all just to the people who are heavy on defense, y'all think it basically just went LeBron, Kawhi, then Giannis. Those are the 3 best players.
In what year?
I think so.
Wow.
In what year?
Kawhi and it was LeBron all the way through like 11. Let's just say 2011 to 2018.
Oh,
and
like
then
the best
2019, yeah, Kawhi, and then from 2020 on now is Giannis.
Probably KD.
It can't be because defensively there's been players better than KD.
Oh, you're talking about.
But he took a step. He took a step up. He took a step up defensively.
It's great. He still was not as great.
He was a 7. He was a 7.
And who was in the league?
No.
Kawhi? He was better than Kawhi?
Yeah, I thought so.
Why?
I think Kawhi's a better two-way player because of defense, but I do think that we talk about the water jugs. I do think that the offense that KD provides, along with still putting up above average level of defense.
The
I'm
water always
prevails.
Yeah, I'm rolling with KD. I'm rolling with KD.
I gotta get the judge when you want to use that logic. Gotcha.
Jokic has 0 defense.
See, this I don't like. This is not
true.
This is not true.
Saying he has 0 defense.
Okay. My bad.
He's a bad rim protector.
Out of 100, we'll give him 20.
And that's crazy. He's a 2 defensively. See, you know what's so crazy when Embiid drops defensively because last year he was not that good of a defender. Last year, I think he's better than he's giving way better effort, especially after the first 20 games. But last year, Embiid and Jokic defensively were basically the same because Embiid was not that good defensively last year at all.
Just so you know, damn near every big gets cooked in the pick and roll as well. By the way,
Yeah, I know.
just so you know, it's
I
just
do know that. I
Jokic
do
just
know
had to
that.
go against Damian Lillard and Steph Curry in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to focus on that.
Most bigs is getting cooked by them. That's a
Hey,
fact.
hey, from Drink More Water, shout out to Water. How long will it take Dub to realize Jay and Jokic is silent? I forget. So my
You
bad.
forget that it's pronounced Jokic?
I say Jokic and Jokic sometimes. This is the way I read it.
Say
It is
Jokers
what
all
it
the
is.
time too. I'll be tripping on that.
Jay's
But
my
y'all-
favorite. Jay's
but
my
you don't-
favorite letter.
But you don't say Giannis though.
Cause that's a. How do the G isn't pronounced J? It's good.
The J isn't whatever. Gus.
Oh,
you don't say
you don't say
Giannis.
Giannis. You don't say
Giannis.
Giannis.
Now you want to know why? Because I just don't.
No way. I thought you were gonna say something crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought I was gonna get some
Giannis wanna
crazy
get it,
insight.
get it right, 'cause
No. Jason Boyd with a super chat. Does Joker? Mars, you read these.
Bro.
You read this. Mars, you read it, cause now y'all fucking me up. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
This
god.
Joker.
Does Joker use Dream Kobe MJ footwork like Embiid? No.
Wow.
But that's not the standard for having good footwork. You can be different from them and still have better footwork than someone who copies them.
Gotcha.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mars. Elder
No
having Braun 9 all time is nasty. Curry over Braun is terrible.
Wait, he had Curry over LeBron?
Yeah, because Steph's beat him in the finals 3 times.
God.
It's 3-1 in the finals.
Oh,
It's 3-1 in the finals. That's that.
I was trying to.
What's LeBron's record against Steph in the finals?
I saw you on the
1-3. 1-3.
I heard Elder say he has
Basketball.
Bill Russell top 5. When did that
Yeah,
happen?
apparently because I watched it. And man, what's the brother? What's your name?
Tyson.
Tyson.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Tyson. I saw you in there, man. And it was. You were trying to make some sense, and he wasn't grabbing it, man. He just wasn't grabbing it, man.
He wasn't. At
He
the
was
end, I was
cooking
just like,
Elder
forget it,
Tyson?
bro. I'm
He was
done.
Deflecting
Yeah.
was
At
most
literally
incredible.
at his all-time
Oh,
peak. But
that's it, man. You can wiggle with the best of them, bro.
So-
You
so
just
the only-
wicked.
I
man,
messaged
it was
Tyson
crazy.
too. I was like, "Yo, Tyson," I said, "You cooked him, bro. Don't do
So the
don't
reason,
let
so,
me
so
do
the
like
reason,
that.
so the reason Elder has Curry over LeBron is just because he beat him more in the
That was
finals.
the sole reason.
Yeah,
Oh my
No
God, bro!
3-1 in the finals.
Oh, with no context.
Oh
That's
my
Shoot,
God.
hey, Dirk 1-0 against Braun in the finals.
Yeah, I guess he must be a good. I guess
No,
but
he not in the
you
room.
need more than
He's
one
not in the room.
championship
Yeah,
to
he
get
not in the room. He not in that room.
He's not in the
Yeah.
So Tim
KD
Duncan is
over
over
Braun?
LeBron then.
KD over Braun?
Yeah.
No, he
KD's
not in that
over
room
LeBron.
either.
You gotta
Come
get
on,
in the
man.
room. You have to get in the room.
Oh,
Nah, but
because
KD
Tim
got
Duncan.
two.
So
KD got
Tim
two.
Duncan. So
Once
Tim Duncan
once
ahead of
KD
LeBron then.
once KD wins
Hey,
with the
no.
Nets, then he's in that room.
Low,
Yeah,
low.
you
So
gotta
Tim
go
Duncan's
there.
ahead of LeBron then. Tim Duncan's ahead of
Yeah,
LeBron.
He is.
Tim Duncan. Yeah,
He
Tim
is.
Duncan's
Yeah,
over LeBron.
he is.
Yeah.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Another super chat. I'm getting cooked on IG for saying the Lob City Clippers aren't a big 3 because of DeAndre Jordan not being that third guy. What do y'all think? I agree with you actually.
I agree.
It was a Walmart big 3, but it was a big 3 nonetheless.
It wasn't a big 3.
No, it wasn't a big 3. It was just Chris Paul.
DeAndre is a role player.
It's a big
bro.
3 the same
Not
way
a
Steph,
superstar.
Clay, and Draymond were a big 3.
No.
No.
Stop.
No.
I refuse.
It's a big 3. They're both big 3s.
No,
They're both big 3s.
I refuse. it.
Was DeAndre Jordan on the All NBA team?
Yes,
shut
he was.
up, Mark.
Come on, there was no
No,
centers.
no,
There were no
There
centers.
was DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins.
Was he on the All NBA team? Was he on the All
That's
NBA team? Was he on the All NBA team?
DeAndre Jordan was first team.
Was he on an All NBA team?
Stop,
Oh
Mark. Stop. This is nasty.
Was he on an All
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
NBA
kind
team?
of Bars on this one.
Exactly.
No, don't be on. Don't know.
That's
All
a big
NBA,
3?
So we're discrediting All NBA now?
Yes,
All-star.
yes, we are. Yes, we
So
are. Yes, we are.
you're telling me DeAndre Jordan can be All NBA, but for some reason these 2016 Warriors they have a big 3.
Mars, shut up.
But the
You're
Clippers can't have a
chatting
big
right
3.
now.
What's going
You're
on?
chatting.
Nah.
You're
It's
peak
crazy.
chatting.
Did
right
they
now.
all three not make an
I
All
love
NBA team? Did Blake Griffin also make one too?
Yeah, they did. To be fair, that is one of the very few teams that had 3 All NBA players at the same time.
Oh
How's that
wow.
not a big 3?
Oh no, man.
So I guess the
DeAndre Jordan should have been-
95
Blake Griffin was hurt in 2016. but
the
that's
95 Seattle Supersonics, that's a big 3.
Who
They
was
had
the
three-
All
they
NBA?
had
They're
three-
free.
Yeah.
Who was the
I don't even know who the third one is. I don't even know who the third one is.
Detlef Schrempf made that.
Big 3. Big 3. Big 3.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Wow.
God.
Now we're discussing.
How you got 3 All NBA players is not a big 3, man? That's crazy.
We're not doing that. Giannis, best big in the league and not close.
Why is it not
That's a
crazy?
weird way to spell Jokic, but continue.
Yeah.
No, Giannis is the best pick.
Giannis.
But why is it not close? Why is it not close?
Because of the defense.
Jokic is the best player in the world.
It's not more water in the jug, bro. It's not more water in the jug.
Now
bro.
that right there is way closer to all-time defensive production than Embiid is.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Embiid's defense gets severely overrated.
If it's
severely overrated.
If it's head to head, Bird over Jordan. I
Please
guess
shut
he's
up.
talking about. I think he's talking about Elder saying that
Elder, right?
Steph Curry over LeBron.
I mean, not in the
Bird
month of
over
February,
Jordan.
but every other month, sure, why not?
Only
But
in
no,
the
wait.
finals.
No, it has to be the finals. Yeah, it has to be in the
Has to be the
finals.
finals.
Has to be
Yeah.
in the
It gotta be
finals.
He don't
Facts,
care
facts,
about
facts,
nothing
facts,
else
facts.
that leads
Nothing
up to
else.
it.
Just
the
the
final.
finals.
That's true.
Which honestly is a lie. And I wanted you to say, so why isn't Shaq in there? Because Shaq technically carried Kobe. And the only way that he can get out of that is by telling you what happened leading up to the finals. That's the only way. That was literally his whole argument against Chill.
Well, that's what I made that point, right? Like I was
Oh, you
saying
did?
that Kobe. I didn't make it as far in that contest, but I was saying how Kobe got these 3 rings, and you're not adding context to it. Why it makes him over? I was just, but it was
But
was
he
funny
ain't- he
enough.
wasn't here.
Or he'll start talking about
since
something else.
Since he only included the finals, Shaq had like 30. He had 30, 37, 38, 35, and Kobe at that time, so he took the back seat because Shaq was dominating.
Especially the
He was
first
only
one.
like 20. The first one, yeah, he was the second fiddle. I think
Yeah.
Kobe was like having like 22 or 23.
I think he averaged 22 or something.
Yeah, you could have used that as a point against him, bro.
He tried to, but then you know exactly what he did. He's like, well, but didn't Kobe have a top 10 player? And you were talking about top 10 all time.
Exactly.
And then he said, no,
He went
top
to
10 in the
Bosh and-
league.
Yeah,
He's
he
talking
went
about
to Bosh
Bosh.
and-
I was
and-
like,
yeah,
no
wait.
way.
I'm
No
like,
way
you
you just
comparing
did
all
that.
time to top 10 at the time now? He be shape shifting, bro. I can't do it.
Jimmy Two Shoes with the super chat. Curry outplayed LeBron in every finals.
That's a blatant
Who won?
Oh my god.
Who won?
I mean,
Who won?
yeah,
Who
we
won?
wins and losses. I can't argue. It's facts. It's facts. It's facts.
Oh my god.
What a great. Yo, shut the fuck up. My bad. Way to conclude this show, bro. We about to hit our 3-hour mark, so it's a good time to end it, bro. Does anybody up here have any final words before we head out? Any social?
Trade James Wiseman.
Stop letting the old heads get so many shows on this damn channel, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness.
It looks like yours
That's
is
that
real.
old head talk.
I'm sorry, Tyson. I got respect.
Tyson's
for many
my
old
favorite.
heads, but-
Tyson's
yeah,
my
Tyson,
favorite
you have
old
to be
head.
one of the top old heads on Planet Show.
I like Tyson. I like Tyson.
What about me, Dub? I'm an old head now.
You
Oh,
twiddling
man, 30,
between the
bro.
lines.
No,
You're
he's
twiddling
not.
between the
He's
lines.
far over the line. He's far.
Oh yeah, he's 28.
He's too old. He's too old.
You're 30? Are you
What's
30
the
yet?
old, yeah, what's the old head? The old head's 30?
You
Yeah,
got
old head gotta be
like
I think old head is 30.
35.
If you
30.
existed prior to the second half of the 90s, you're old.
That's fine. That's fine.
Wait, prior
Nah,
to the
you're
second
going to
half
me when
of
you
the
hit
90s.
So basically, 95 and up, Dub. Or
Yeah,
96.
Wait, so
95
Dub, when
yeah.
were you born, Dub?
Oh, 99.
Yeah,
I
y'all young. You too
graduated
young
high
to be
school,
talking
bro.
about basketball.
98, baby.
You too young. You too young to be talking about basketball, man.
Jokic,
No,
best player
shut
in the
the
world.
fuck
Nuggets
up.
at 6.
You got cooked, legend of losing, and everybody knows you got cooked last episode. By
On
me,
the
Legend
on
of
the
Losing.
Lakers, I believe.
You did. You got cooked.
On
Bro.
the
Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm happy you brought that up, Dub.
Oh no, we ended the show. We ended the show.
No. The reports, no. The reports came out and said that they wanted